Chapter 248. 50 kilometers away from Hope City. It would take Fong Ping less than an hour to cover a distance of 100 li without caring about his vitality. However, a martial artist's vitality was not limitless. Most martial artists, even rank 6, would not do this unless it was a critical moment. At this moment, Fong Ping wanted to run back. The problem was, what was up with the blockade in front? Military martial artists were patrolling everywhere. Has Hope City been sealed off? Fong Ping mumbled, making a judgment in his heart. Humans had resisted Sky Gate City for more than a year or two. It was also because of their many years of experience that everyone had tacitly agreed that the other 12 cities would not participate in the war, unless Sky Gate City was destroyed. This was an ingrained thought for many years. However, Fong Ping saw it this time. East Sunflower City's army was moving out. If Hope City still took the pass seriously, there might be big trouble. Now that the periphery has been sealed off, humans in the Magic City catacombs are not as strong as Skygate City, so they can only defend. Now that there is a blockade, it's probably to prevent the martial artists in the wilderness from going back to report. After all, it's not like there are no martial artists active in the direction of East Sunflower City. God wants me to save humans. Fong Ping suddenly felt a heavy responsibility. If Hope City did not know that East Sunflower City was participating in the war, and East Sunflower City sent some high-rank powerhouses to kill the human high-rank powerhouses, then there would be big trouble. Because Sino Nation had 22 catacombs to guard, it was impossible to have dozens of grandmasters stationed in every place. There were many grandmasters in the Magic City catacombs. Some places might only have 2 or 3. This wants me to be the modern Fitipits. No, Fitipits is here to report good news. I'm breaking through layers of barriers to save humans. I'm even more heroic, after a few compliments. Fong Ping suddenly put on a bitter face and comforted himself. There were so many people. He saw teams of armored soldiers like those in historical dramas. These people were in teams of 100, walking on the ground in a snake-like military formation. The grass that had not been cleared before was now cut down by the weapons in their hands. The place where Fong Ping was squatting was not too far away from them. These fellows were obviously trying to clear the grass to form a barrier-free open area. These grasses weren't cleared in the past. They formed a barrier that separated the two cities from each other. Now that they've been cleared, do you think you won't need these bushes in the future? The more it's like this, the more trouble it is. I have a great responsibility. However, since I've passed through the Jiao's forest and walked out of it, these people might not keep chasing after me. If I had come from the east, I'm afraid I would have been killed. Fong Ping continued to make judgments in his mind. He was now on the North Road. The martial artists of Sky Gate City did not know that he had passed through the Jiao's forest and had seen the situation on the East Road. Therefore, they might not use too much strength to hunt him down. However, if he were to break through the defensive line from the east, there was a possibility that even a high-rank martial artist would make a move to kill him. Even if they don't pay too much attention to me, they'll at least send middle-rank martial artists to hunt me down. I don't know how many martial artists are up ahead. I'm still confident that I can outrun a rank 4, but I might not be able to outrun a rank 5. If I return to the city this time, I'll really become a hero, but I don't want to become a martyr, Fong Ping kept calculating. In the end, he gritted his teeth. He had to go back. Even if he did not want to be a hero, he had to. If Hope City was really in trouble and the entrance was locked, Fong Ping could only wait for his death. There were hundreds of high-ranked martial artists in the 13 cities of the catacombs. Rank 3 was here. What else could he do but wait for death? But I can't be reckless. Bone marrow honing. Fong Ping's heart skipped a beat. He could not hone the bone marrow of his entire body. He did not have enough wealth. However, he could hone the bone marrow of his lower limbs first. There were 62 bones in his lower limbs. Honing the bone marrow would cost 1 million wealth per bone, which was 62 million. After honing, his vitality would be richer and his bones tougher. Moreover, the stronger the bone marrow, the stronger it would be. His physique would be stronger, including his ability to produce blood. After honing the bone marrow of my lower limbs, my speed will definitely be faster, and the degree of vitality outburst will also be higher, When that time came, he might be able to outrun those rank 5 martial artists. It's okay if I can't beat them, but I must be able to outrun them. Fong Ping's expression was firm. Rank 5 martial artists were still fine. Almost all rank 6 powerhouses could use flight step and were extremely fast. It was generally impossible for martial artists of the 3 lower ranks to outrun rank 6 martial artists. Other than honing the bone marrow to increase my speed, what else can I do? Fong Ping pondered. Increase vitality? Mentality? Also, there are so many weapons. They're not light, and they're in the way. What should I do? Hide them? But once the weeds are cleared, I'll definitely be discovered. I've killed so many middle-rank martial artists after exhausting myself. I won't do this kind of unprofitable business. Right now, my weight-bearing capacity is extremely strong. It shouldn't be a problem if I run with weapons. Fong Ping had never thought of breaking through by force. What a joke. It was a huge army, and a martial artist army at that. He might be able to kill a few by force, but he would not live for more than 3 minutes. Let's hone the bone marrow first. Fong Ping retreated a distance carefully and began to increase the degree of honing his bones. As his wealth disappeared quickly, Fong Ping's forehead was instantly covered in sweat. So itchy, so painful. Fong Ping's face was scrunched up. The pain and itch that penetrated into his bone marrow, yet he could not scratch it, was too unbearable. At this moment, he wanted to scream, but he gritted his teeth and did not make a sound. 1, 2. As his bone marrow was further honed, Fong Ping also felt the changes in his body. His skin was constantly tightening, very similar to the transformation of upper stage rank 3. His sweat pores were finer, and his sweat hairs were even showing signs of falling off. This was a sign of sealing off the loss of his own vitality and forming an internal circulation. At rank 8, actually, if Grandmasters did not deliberately leave their own hair and eyebrows, they were actually all bald eggs. Imagining all Grandmasters turning into century eggs in his heart, Fong Ping also temporarily forgot about the pain. Finding joy in hardship was also Fong Ping's strength. Men are fine, but women become century eggs so ugly. Also, if women are still virgins at rank 8, that's too scary. Fong Ping shuddered. However, when martial artists reached rank 8 and experienced countless battles, they should not have that kind of thing anymore. Rank 8 is called the Golden Body Realm, also known as the Diamond Realm. I wonder if there's any flesh left. Is it really like Diamond? Then how boring the private lives of rank 8 Grandmasters are. But rank 8s are all old men and women. They don't care about these things. As his imagination ran wild, Fong Ping's lower limbs gradually became heavy. The honing of the bone marrow would cause the body to become heavier. Fong Ping knew this. However, with the increase in weight, the explosive force that the bones and flesh could support would also be stronger. When Fong Ping had honed the marrow of 10 bones, his eyes suddenly lit up. Vitality has broken through to 1,000 calories. 999 calories was a boundary. It was difficult for rank 3 martial artists to cross, even if they were thrice honed. Of course, someone must have broken through before. When your bones, flesh, and meridians were all strong, this boundary would also disappear. However, the average rank 3 martial artist really could not do this. Not just the average rank 3, even people like CLA could not break through this boundary without special body honing or other methods. Olwell might have broken through. His bone strength was extremely high. I've broken through too. When his vitality broke through 1,000 calories, Fong Ping suddenly realized that some of his previously scattered vitality was gradually condensing. If his vitality was said to be pure milk before, now it had become ambrosia. Will there be a day when all my vitality will be as heavy as mercury? It should be. Was the blood of experts in the Master Realm still normal blood? A drop of blood might smash a hole in the ground. Fong Ping silently felt the changes in the vitality in his body. It was condensing and depleting, from scattered to condensed. I've broken through the boundary. My vitality can continue to rise. Fong Ping was still honing his marrow, and the upper limit of his vitality was also continuously increasing. 1,005 calories, 1,010 calories. This increase was extremely fast. After a while, when Fong Ping had completely honed all the bones in his lower limbs, Fong Ping also felt the changes in his body. I've become stronger. I feel like I can kill a high rank with one kick. Fong Ping felt a surge of confidence for no reason. It felt as if the earth was crawling under his feet. In fact, the earth was indeed under his feet. Wealth, 39. 2 million vitality, 1,099 calories, 1,099 calories plus mentality, 539 hertz, 539 hertz plus, bone honing, 62 bones, 100%, 115 bones, 90% plus, 29 bones, 30% plus, vitality increased by 100 calories. Too bad my mentality didn't change. As for the consumption of wealth, Fong Ping could not care less now. He moved his body carefully. Fong Ping felt that he now weighed at least 100 caddies, at least. Grandmasters probably weigh a few thousand caddies, right? Even if I don't hit people, I can still kill a few martial artists with a free fall. He had just moved his body a little when something unexpected happened next. His bones suddenly let out a crackling sound. At this moment, Fong Ping was stunned. Kaga! A roar came from nearby. In the next moment, Fong Ping not only felt the movement of energy particles, but also heard the whistling sound of arrows. There was a middle-ranked archer here. Kaga means kill, right? Is there a need to say 2 words? Fong Ping complained. Then he put his weapon on his back and ran. As he ran, the patrolling soldiers also saw his figure. In an instant, 7 or 8 people chased after him from all directions. They were all middle ranks. There were archers who kept shooting arrows. There were rank 5 powerhouses who walked in the air, pointing the way for others. In front of him, there were also middle-rank powerhouses blocking his way. At first, Fong Ping was not used to his increased weight and was almost shot by a long arrow. When he got used to it, Fong Ping ran like crazy. Kaga! The catacombs martial artists kept shouting. Fong Ping could even see powerhouses walking in the air, chasing after him. In the martial arts world, the so-called midair step and flight step referred to being 10 meters lower than the sky. Flight step was 10 meters higher. Flight step also meant that martial artists were stronger. At least their vitality was higher. Martial artists who could flight step were usually no lower than rank 5. Of course, they were flashy. Their combat strength might not be comparable to those powerhouses who could flight step. They just did not want to flight step. Powerhouses who could flight step were extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, they had caught up to Fong Ping. Fong Ping knew that these people would not last long. He ran north with all his might. In front of him, there was a martial artist blocking him with a saber. Without hesitation, Fong Ping swung his saber and slashed. Boom! With a loud bang, this martial artist, who was not sure if he was an early stage or middle stage rank 3, had his weapon broken and his head split open by Fong Ping's 4 full force slashes. In the next moment, a long arrow shot toward the back of Fong Ping's head from behind. Fong Ping did not stop. His feet emitted a thick vitality glow. His feet did not touch the ground as he fled in the air. Fong Ping did not kill the martial artists in the 3 lower ranks in front of him. When there were many of them, Fong Ping used up a lot of his vitality and used the midair step to escape. Behind him, there were more and more powerhouses. Not only behind him, but there were also middle-rank martial artists blocking his way in front of him. Those who stand in my way shall die. Fong Ping roared. The Changdao glowed a thick blood red. The powerhouse blocking his way was not afraid at all. He held his spear and was ready to fight. In the next moment, Fong Ping stopped abruptly. Then, he turned a corner and continued running. The spear-wielding martial artist was stunned for a moment. Then, with a face full of anger, he shouted a few times and quickly chased after Fong Ping. This was not the first. When Fong Ping encountered the next martial artist blocking his way, he roared again. The Changdao's vitality glow almost shot out. This was a sign that he was going to use a big move to fight for his life. However, halfway through the big move, Fong Ping took another detour and fled. The catacombs martial artists were a little stunned. Did he have a death wish? Was he not afraid of exhausting his vitality like this? If he ran out of vitality, they would be able to capture and kill him effortlessly? The martial artists in the land of hope were also full of guts when faced with this kind of situation. This was something the catacombs martial artists could not deny. At this time, they would fight with all their might, killing as many as they could. Even if they could not kill them, they would still bite off a piece of the enemy's flesh. There was no such person who would waste his vitality wantonly when he was being chased. Fong Ping did not care about what others thought. As he fled, he glanced back and felt like his guts were about to explode. If he could not return to Hope City this time, he would really be waiting for death. Behind him, there were already 7 or 8 powerhouses who were using the flight step. There were still dozens of people on the ground chasing him madly. Chase! Chase them to Hope City and kill them all. It's only 100 li. If they can't catch me in half an hour, kill them all. Fong Ping roared. He did not care if they understood or not. High-ranked powerhouses would not stay at the front line and do nothing. Were they not afraid of human grandmasters ambushing and killing them? Fong Ping judged that most of the people chasing Fong Ping now were rank 4. Some were rank 5. There might not even be a rank 6. Just as he finished shouting, Fong Ping suddenly heard the sound of something slicing through the air behind him. Turning his head to take a look, Fong Ping's face turned green. Dead. A rank 6 powerhouse was chasing him. Even if his legs were as fast as wind flame wheels, his speed was still a notch slower than the other party. What should I do? Should I throw away my weapon? If I throw it away and get caught, then I'll be dead on top of dead. Can't the people of Hope City come out to welcome me? Fong Ping's thoughts were in a mess. He no longer hovered in the air. Instead, he fell into the grass that had not been cleared and fled frantically. The rank 6 martial artist who was chasing him in the air did not land on the ground either. He waved his fists downwards. Rays of blood-red light shot out, exploding the grass and soil around Fong Ping. Middle-ranked martial artists could release their vitality. A rank 6 martial artist's vitality was vigorous. Moreover, it was more concentrated and powerful. If they hit Fong Ping with a few casual punches, Fong Ping would still die. Fong Ping could not care about his image now. He ran like a cat. Sometimes, when he really could not avoid it, he rolled on the ground, got up, and continued running. As a result, after a few rolls, a few of the weapons on his back suddenly dropped. Fong Ping was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. He had not seized much in the first place. This was a huge loss. Gritting his teeth, Fong Ping suddenly took all the weapons on his back into his hands. Other than the C-class Chongdao and spear, Fong Ping threw the other weapons behind him. The throwing of the weapons slightly hindered the other party's footsteps. Fong Ping roared furiously. I'll remember you. I'll definitely kill you next time. A rank 6 was chasing a rank 3. The catacombs martial artists were too cruel. Out of so many weapons, there were only 2 left now. Fong Ping was furious. The other party was furious too. A rank 6 martial artist had chased a rank 3 for more than 10 li and still could not catch up. What a disgrace! Just as Fong Ping was roaring in anger, the other party suddenly roared. In his hand was a long sword that Fong Ping had just thrown. The long sword flashed with blood-red light. In the next moment, the long sword shot toward Fong Ping at lightning speed. Fong Ping's mentality was frantically warning him. At this moment, Fong Ping was powerless to block it. Gritting his teeth, he forced his body to deviate a little. The long sword pierced through Fong Ping's arm directly, nailing it to his left arm. Using this force, Fong Ping leaped a big step forward. In the next moment, there was another sound behind him. Fong Ping gritted his teeth and shifted his feet slightly again. A short saber pierced through his left arm again. His left arm was injured one after another. Fong Ping felt as if his bones were broken. However, he could not afford to hurt his internal organs now. His right arm still had to maintain a certain amount of combat strength. He could only rely on his left arm to hold on. If he shifted too much, the other party would catch up to him very quickly. I'm going to die. I'm really going to die. It's not that easy to be a hero. I should have hidden in the Jiao's forest and not come out. Big Lion has caused me so much trouble. Fong Ping's consciousness was a little muddled from running. Even if he was full of vitality, this kind of extreme long-distance running made his head dizzy. Fong Ping, who had a strong desire to live, ran in the right direction this time. In his eyes, he could already vaguely see the city. Hope City. Fong Ping's eyes lit up instantly. The footsteps of the catacombs martial artists chasing after him were slightly sluggish. Under extreme running, everyone's speed had dropped. Fong Ping was the only one who maintained a high speed, making it difficult for the others to catch up to him. Now that they could see the shadow of Hope City in front of them, it meant that they had entered Hope City's radiation zone. I once escaped from a rank 6 martial artist. Chapter 249. Fong Ping was glad that he could see Hope City. In reality, it was still very far away. The rank 6 powerhouse behind him frowned slightly. Suddenly, he stopped using flight step and landed on the ground. The moment he landed, he sprinted tens of meters away. Flight step was cool, but it might not be faster than running on the ground. Chasing people with flight step was a powerhouse's pride. Now that they were almost at Hope City, he had to let go of his pride. In reality, he did not expect the rank 3 martial artist to continue his outburst until now. He thought that after chasing for 10 to 20 li, he would not need to kill him. The other party would exhaust his vitality and wait for him to kill him. Now he was embarrassed. The moment he landed, the other party's speed increased. His body swept through the air like a phantom. Fong Ping's scalp went numb. In the next moment, Fong Ping gritted his teeth, turned around, and slashed. At this time, Fong Ping saw the other party's face clearly. Long hair, bright eyes, eyebrows were broken in the middle. All of this happened in the blink of an eye. The other party's expression was cold. He did not care about Fong Ping's outburst and punched Fong Ping's Changdao. There was a loud thud, and Fong Ping flew backward, blood spurting out of his mouth like crazy. Before Fong Ping could jump and escape, the other party appeared in front of Fong Ping again and punched again. Fong Ping roared. His Changdao slashed at the other party's fist, but all he heard was the sound of the Changdao. The moment the other party's fist approached, Fong Ping suddenly spat out an arrow of blood, which went straight for the other party's eyes. The chipped brow man was stronger than Fong Ping imagined. The moment Fong Ping spat out the blood arrow, the other party raised his left hand and punched the blood arrow. I can't outrun a rank 6. This was the only thought in Fong Ping's mind. Then he suddenly looked ecstatic. The chipped brow man's expression changed. Just as his expression changed, Fong Ping seized the opportunity and ran backward. Then, he turned around and continued running. The chipped brow man was a little confused, standing still. After a while, he seemed to think of something, and a murderous look appeared in his eyes. #yen%. After muttering to himself, the other party chased after Fong Ping again. Although Fong Ping did not know what he was talking about, he could guess. Just now, when the other party was about to kill him, Fong Ping had used his mentality to disturb him. Then, he had revealed a look of ecstasy. The other party must have thought that a grandmaster had arrived. Of course, this little trick would only work for a moment. Of course, Fong Ping knew that his mentality was too weak. He was only trying to scare the other party. He did not dare to wait for the other party to retreat. While the other party was distracted, he ran as far away as he could. At this moment, his internal organs were once again severely injured, and his right arm seemed to have fractured. Fong Ping had no doubt that even if he made it back alive this time, he would have to pay a huge sum of money to treat his injuries. As for the broken-browed man, he had probably figured out something and was definitely going to kill him. Boundless blood essence and spiritual perception. These were sufficient for him to make up his mind to kill. Fong Ping spat blood as he ran. They were almost at Hope City, almost there. Behind him, the chipped brow man's speed increased. Fong Ping could feel the sound of the wind. Gritting his teeth, he suddenly tossed the Feng's widow backward, carrying a strong vitality force. Bang! The chipped brow man did not stop. With a punch, he sent the Feng's widow flying. The Feng's widow that had accompanied him for so many days disappeared in the next second. As Fong Ping ran madly, he gritted his teeth, pulled out the saber, and sword from his left arm and tossed them backward. The result was the same as before. The chipped brown man still bombarded with his fists. Fong Ping could not care less about the pain in his heart. He tossed out the Chongdao and spear that he had been holding. He was about to die. Why would he still need weapons? Boom, boom. After a few consecutive sounds, all his weapons were gone. When he heard the sound of fists breaking through the air behind him, Fong Ping suddenly fell to the ground, spitting out a mouthful of blood, his head tilted to one side. The chipped brown man was slightly stunned. In this moment, Fong Ping, whose head was tilted to one side, suddenly got up and continued running forward. Kagu! The chipped brown man was furious. This guy was playing dead. During the battle, when the enemy suddenly fell to the ground dead, his first thought was naturally to stop and check. Who knew that the other party would play dead right under his nose? The infuriated chipped brown man sped up again. In the next second, he was right behind Fong Ping. Fong Ping did not play dead this time. All the vitality in his body was concentrated on his back. As expected, the other party punched Fong Ping's back. Fong Ping's vitality defense could not withstand it at all. He spat out a mouthful of blood and continued running. He got used to it after vomiting and vomiting. His internal organs were already injured anyway. He should run first. In the next moment, Fong Ping suddenly looked up at the sky and roared, "Grandmaster, save me!" The chipped brown man glanced at the sky subconsciously. Even if he could not understand what Fong Ping was saying, he could still understand his body language. He was asking for help from the person in the sky. When he looked up, Fong Ping had run a long way again in front of him. The chipped brown man also had the urge to spit blood. A rank 6 killing a rank 3 could be done with a punch. Now the other party still had the energy to run. What was this? Help! Help! I'm going to die. Big Lion, General Su, Fong Ping yelled as he ran. He was really going to die. If he did not get rid of the guy behind him, a few more punches would shatter his internal organs, no matter how much vitality he had. His organs had not shattered yet because he had taken the bodybuilding pill to hone his body. It had also honed his internal organs. In addition, he had enough vitality to constantly heal his injuries. Help! Someone help! When Fong Ping heard the sound of something slicing through the air behind him again, he felt a little hopeless. If this went on, he would die after blocking 3 punches at most. God always saved his children at the most crucial moment. Just when Fong Ping was at his wit's end, an angry roar was heard instantly. Die! In the next second, a roar reverberated in Fong Ping's ears. Boom! The deafening roar and the overflowing force of the vitality force caused Fong Ping to tumble forward a few times. Fong Ping did not even turn his head. He rolled and continued running forward. After running for a while, he finally turned his head to look. At this moment, Fong Ping finally saw the situation clearly. Big Lion fell from the sky. The clothes on his upper body were torn, revealing his bare upper body. His bronze-colored skin shone with a rich blood-red glow. His fist shone with a golden glow, striking the chipped brown man like lightning. The chipped brown man roared in anger, but he was forced to retreat continuously. The prestige of breaking Fong Ping's weapon with one punch was completely gone. His fists were instantly split open by Big Lion, flesh and blood flying everywhere. Die! Kagu! Fong Ping realized that these people seemed to like to say this word. They did not forget to shout it even when they were fighting. However, compared to the peak rank 6 Big Lion, the chipped brown man was still a notch weaker. He was beaten until he kept retreating, blood dripping from his mouth. Just as Tang Feng's hands were bursting with a brilliant golden glow, the chipped brown man suddenly roared. The blood-red glow on his fists was extremely thick. Tang Feng's gaze turned slightly solemn. In the next moment, the chipped brown man ran away without looking back. Fong Ping was stunned. Mother asterisk Kerr, did you copy me? Did you pay the tuition? Tang Feng frowned. Just as he was about to chase after him, he hesitated and turned to look at Fong Ping. Fong Ping was in an extremely miserable state. His entire body was covered in blood. His original appearance was almost unrecognizable. His clothes were also tattered. Seeing Tang Feng looking at him, Fong Ping said mildly, I can't believe I couldn't kill him. I thought you could kill rank SIXS like dogs. I can kill rank 3 and 4 martial artists with ease. I've killed many rank 5s too. Rank assist can't kill me either. Can you still move? Tang Feng ignored him and asked. Ha! Fong Ping laughed, but did not answer. He stood where he was for a while, then suddenly moved his feet and walked slowly toward Tang Feng. Fong Ping did not stop even when he passed by Tang Feng. Tang Feng frowned and said, "Go back to the city and treat your wounds. You're dying." "I won't die." Fong Ping ignored him and walked a few hundred meters forward with difficulty. He picked up the C-class Changdao and long spear that he had thrown away earlier. However, both weapons were now damaged. Fong Ping looked forward and hesitated for a moment. He turned his head and said, "I still have a lot of weapons that I've thrown away on the way." Tang Feng almost died of anger. He said in a low voice, "They're long gone. Once the weapons are thrown away, the other party has already picked them up. They've already run away. I'll get them back sooner or later." Fong Ping held the saber in his right hand and wanted to hold the spear in his left hand. However, his left arm could not move at all. The pain was excruciating. "Why are you here?" "I'm just passing by. I'm above rank 3 and can fight rank 6. Can you fight a rank 9? Tang Feng said nothing. "I've killed rank 4s like slaughtering chickens. I've also killed peak rank 5 before. You're saying that I don't dare to risk my life?" Tang Feng frowned and said in a low voice, "Can you walk? If you need my help, just tell me." "No need." Fong Ping humphed. He thought for a while and said, "Carry me 200 meters to the city gate and put me down." Tang Feng ignored him. He grabbed his shoulder and sprinted toward Hope City in the distance. "Put me down." When he saw that they were almost at the city gate, Fong Ping shouted hurriedly. Tang Feng frowned again. He had no choice but to put him down. When Fong Ping landed, he staggered a little. Then he suddenly roared, "So what if you're a rank 6? Today, I a rank 3 dare to fight you. In the future, when I a rank 4, will kill you." This roar was full of energy. There was a slight commotion at the city gate. Tang Feng frowned and said, "What are you doing? What do you think?" Fong Ping said gloomily, "I'm seriously injured in a battle with a rank 6. You're the only one who saw it. Are you willing to subsidize my medical expenses? If I roar now, everyone will know that I'm fighting a rank 6 martial artist. Shouldn't they compensate me for my medical expenses?" "You." Tang Feng did not know what to say. Fong Ping ignored him. He opened up the military backpack that did not drop and pinned all the rank 4 and 5 martial artist medals to the military backpack. Then he hung the military backpack in front of his chest. Tang Feng's pupils contracted slightly. "It was really a rank 5 medal? You really killed a rank 5? "It's true. I killed 2. The Changdao belonged to one of them. The other one was using a boxing glove. Too bad I lost it. I also lost a large amount of energy stones. If I hadn't encountered a rank 6 martial artist, I could have killed my way through their defense line." Fong Ping was now valiant and high-spirited. He tidied up his tattered clothes and strode toward the city gate. At the city gate, when they saw Fong Ping covered in blood and the shining badge on the military backpack in front of his chest, the soldiers on and below the city gate were in awe and saluted. At this moment, people were running toward the city gate. Someone saw Fong Ping and said in surprise, "Brother, the periphery has been blocked." I killed my way through the enemy's defense line and came back to report," Fong Ping said as he spat out a mouthful of blood. He did not seem to care. He smiled and said, "Martial artists of my generation will not retreat even if they die in battle." "Good job." Fong Ping smiled and continued walking forward. He walked extremely slowly, waiting for the person he was waiting for. Very soon, Fong Ping's eyes lit up. The person he was waiting for had arrived. Xiumei. Fong Ping, Zhao Xiumei, who had rushed over, only recognized Fong Ping when he spoke. Without waiting for her to speak, Fong Ping smiled and said, "Fortunately, I didn't disappoint you. I killed a peak rank 5, an early stage rank 5, and countless rank for martial artists. I finally have the face to come back. On the street, some people were stunned. Lu Fengru, who had just rushed over, was also stunned. She turned her head to look at Huang Jing, who had also rushed over, and said with a dangerous look in her eyes, "You guys gave him a mission? Otherwise, what did he mean by not disappoint you? No one asked you to kill a rank 5. Huang Jing's face was blank. No way. Why would you give a rank 3 to lower rank 5 mission? The next moment, Fong Ping fell to the ground with a crash. Fong Ping. A faint shout came from beside his ear. MCMU Fong Ping, upper stage rank 3, killed a peak rank 5. He killed his way through the blockade, broke through the siege, and escaped from the hands of a rank 6 powerhouse. Is this for real? Of course it's for real. I saw it with my own eyes. But Fong Ping was seriously injured too, a rank 3 killing a peak rank 5. You're not joking, right? I'm not joking. He seized the enemy's rank 5 medal. You know, for catacombs martial artists, wearing a medal is a symbol of status and honor. Unless you're dead, don't even think about taking it away. If we kill the other party, we'll seize it too. Do you think he picked it up? How is this possible? I believe a rank 3 killing a rank 4. But a rank 3 killing a peak rank 5. I can't believe it. I think so too. But when he came back, he was really seriously injured. I heard that he was chased by a rank 6 martial artist all the way. He ran for hundreds of miles and returned to Hope City. On this day, Fong Ping became famous in the tiny Hope City. Upper stage rank 3 Fong Ping killed a rank 5 martial artist and countless rank for martial artists. Such a battle record was even more dazzling than Yao Qingjun and the others. A rank 3 killing a rank 5 was really unheard of. Of course, there were rank 3 martial artists who killed a seriously injured rank 5 martial artist. But did Fong Ping encounter 2 seriously injured rank 5 martial artists in a row? Military camp infirmary. Lu Fengru frowned. Did you really kill them? Fong Ping's face was deathly pale. His left arm was in a sling. He said weakly, "Who else could it be if not me? Of course, I didn't kill them head-on. I schemed against them. But martial artists aren't simple and reckless bores. I killed a rank 5 as a rank 3. It doesn't matter if I killed them head-on or not. It's still killing the enemy. Isn't that right?" Lu Fengru nodded slightly. Suddenly, she said, "Are you an idiot? I told you to be careful. Don't get schemed against. Why did you leave the team alone?" Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. He stammered, "I can't accept that Big Lion is slandering me. He insists that I don't dare to fight. That's why I left the team alone to prove that I'm not like what he said. He's slandering me." Lu Fengru frowned. "You took the bait with such a simple provocation? Instructor, it's already come to that. As a man, I really can't stand it. I don't care. What about you? Do you want your students to be called cowards?" Lu Fengru humphed. "I don't care. Also, they said that you lack a sense of direction. What's going on?" "Nothing like that." Fong Ping shook his head. "I was just joking with them. Otherwise, how could I have run 100 li and come back from the periphery? Instructor, this time I've killed so many powerhouses. I've also brought back an important piece of information. For this, I've lost countless energy stones and high-ranked weapons." "Information?" Fong Ping said immediately, "Yes, instructor. Let's stop chatting. I've brought back a piece of information that concerns the survival of mankind. Quickly, let them in." In the next moment, before Lu Fengru could say anything, a few people walked in from outside the house. Wu Quishan asked immediately, "What information?" "East Sunflower City has sent their troops. Their army is pressing on the border. They're attacking Hope City from the east. I risked my life and crossed the Jiao's forest. I've traveled back and forth from there twice before I got this information." He had not finished bragging about his achievements. In the next moment, everyone in the house, including Lu Fengru, suddenly disappeared without a trace. "Shouldn't all of you give me?" Fong Ping stopped mid-sentence. His eyes were listless as he stared at the empty room. He mumbled, "Should I be rewarded? They ran away? I'm not done yet. They left yesterday. Right now, they're about 200 li away from us. There should be some, right? Is this the treatment for heroes?" Chapter 250. Slap. The slap almost twisted Fong Ping's head. Fong Ping was furious. He roared, "Instructor, are you just going to watch him bully your student?" Lu Fengru did not speak. She glanced at Tang Feng, who was slapping him, with a strange look in her eyes. Tang Feng's expression was dark. "Why didn't you mention anything about East Sunflower City sending troops on the way back?" Fong Ping humphed. "I don't trust you. Alone. If you're a spy, won't I be silenced?" "Dean, do you think my plan was wrong?" "Alone. How could I pass on such important information?" Huang Jing said nothing. Tang Feng said angrily, "What happened after we entered the city?" "There were people there. What should I say? Make them panic?" "Instructor Tang, I don't mean to look down on you, but your intelligence. Seriously, a war is imminent. If panic occurs, it'll be a big problem. I told them about my achievements to boost their morale. You!" Tang Feng was so angry, he almost vomited blood. Lu Fengru said mildly, "Fong Ping is right. Besides, he passed on the information in time. Tang Feng, don't go overboard. I haven't settled the score with you yet." Tang Feng said angrily, "I went overboard. East Sunflower City's attack is related to Hope City's survival." "Old Tang," Huang Jing shouted softly, interrupting him. After all, Fong Ping had passed on the information and was now asking for help from the ground. Although Fong Ping did not say it immediately, Fong Ping's words could not be considered wrong. Facing Tang Feng alone, he should not say anything. If Tang Feng was a member of the evil sect, of course, the possibility was infinitely low. But if he was, Fong Ping would die. After entering the city, it would not take up too much time. After all, he had done a good deed. If he continued to argue, Lunatic Liu would really flip out. Fong Ping did not care about Tang Feng's anger. He rubbed his head, moaned softly, and suddenly fell on the bed. "Fong Ping!" Lu Fengru shouted. Tang Feng took a step forward. Fong Ping shook his head and stood up again. He said weakly, "I'm fine. I was punched in the head by that rank 6 earlier. I didn't die at his hands. Teacher Tang's attack almost triggered my injuries." "You?" Tang Feng was not sure. He asked hesitantly, "You were hit in the head by a rank 6? "Yes, he was beaten by a rank 6 before." Fong Ping was certain. "You hit me just now. I'm not lying." As he said that, he added, "Instructor, I'm about to die. Other than giving me a resurrection pill, they didn't do anything else. Is this how they treat a hero?" Huang Jing felt a headache coming on. He said helplessly, "Tell me, what do you want? Now that the war is imminent, resources are urgently needed. It's not that I'm treating you unfairly. It's just that I really can't transfer any more resources for the time being. Change my 2 weapons to a B-class long blade." Huang Jing frowned. What an exorbitant demand. 2 C-class weapons cost 40 credits per kilogram. The Chongdao and long spear that Fong Ping brought back, even if they were recycled at their original price, weighed about 25 kilograms. 1,000 credits was the most they could buy. And this was the original price. Now he wanted to change to a B-class weapon. What did this mean? Those below Grandmaster level, including Lu Fengru, were all using B-class weapons. B-class alloy cost 100 credits per kilogram. The weapon that Fong Ping was using now weighed at least 20 kilograms. That would become 2,000 credits in an instant. Fong Ping whined, "I don't mean to be exorbitant, but in order to send back the information, I lost all my weapons and energy stones. It's not as simple as one weapon. I'm not asking for nothing now. Is it wrong for me to turn in the 2 weapons that I seized in exchange for a suitable weapon? You can't use a B-class weapon. It's a waste. I'm about to achieve rank 4. Huang Jing's head hurt. He nodded. "Okay. Also, Fong Ping looked at Huang Jing and said helplessly, "Instructor, my injuries are so serious. The pills that I consumed are not a small number. Do you know how many times I've been on the verge of death? Tell me, if I hide in the back and don't come back, don't you dare." Tang Feng yelled. This was what he hated about Fong Ping. Fong Ping frowned. If it was someone else, a rank 3 martial artist, even if they wanted to come back, they wouldn't be able to, right? "Instructor Tang, ask yourself, Can a rank for martial artist come back? Do you think I don't know how dangerous it is? If you were one step slower, would I have died? Right now, what I want from the university isn't benefits. I just want to become stronger. Only when I become stronger can I contribute more to humanity. If you say, don't you dare, and I really die, I won't be able to get any information back. No matter how harsh your words are. In that situation, do you think other people would be like me and really have the guts to risk their lives and cross the line of defense? Let's not talk about others. You yourself, now there are 3 to 5 high-rank powerhouses waiting for you. Will you kill them? I'm fighting for some cultivation resources for myself. Is that wrong? Tang Feng was speechless. Huang Jing was helpless. If he could not win an argument, then he should not speak. Was he not looking for a beating? Ignoring Tang Feng, Huang Jing said, "What else do you want? I don't need much. Just give me 2 resurrection pills and 2,000 credits." Huang Jing pondered for a moment. After a while, he said, "Okay." Fong Ping said it casually, but was this not much? A B-class Chongdao would cost at least 1,000 credits. In addition to the 2,000 credits he had now and the 2 resurrection pills, it was worth 3,400 credits. Hundreds of millions. However, for the information Fong Ping had sent back, this was worth it. However, in the eyes of many, this kind of sacrifice should not be expected in return. However, martial artists were more realistic. Everyone needed cultivation resources. Huang Jing could understand this. Recuperate well. You can go back to MCMEU first tonight. Go back to MCMEU? Fong Ping was stunned. He was asked to go back just like that. This time, Tang Feng did not say anything. It was Fong Ping's first time entering the catacombs. He had killed many rank 4 and 5 powerhouses, although everyone thought that it was an exaggeration for him to kill a rank 5. He had the metal and the weapon. No matter what, he had killed them. He had also brought back important information. Now that he was seriously injured, he should go back first. Then the others must participate in the defense. Fong Ping thought for a while and shook his head. Forget it. I'm not going back. If I go back now, won't everyone think I'm running away? Dean, can you give me the credits first? I want to get the pills and the weapon as soon as possible to recover my combat strength. Sure, but the credits? It did not seem to work here, right? I'll take it first. Even if I die in battle, it should be on the account and left for my family. Huang Jing laughed and nodded. Rest well and recuperate. The things will be delivered soon. Having said that, Huang Jing continued, we still have a mission. You did well this time, but don't be so reckless next time. Fong Ping said righteously, killing the enemy is everyone's responsibility. Huang Jing laughed again. You're really not lost? Some people said that Fong Ping was lost. Huang Jing actually believed it a little. Who would go to East Sunflower City for no reason? But now, whether it was true or not, he would pretend he did not know. Huang Jing left. Tang Feng was about to leave when Fong Ping suddenly said, Instructor Tang, I remember that you saved my life. But you owe me a few lives. You still owe me a lot. If you give me a few dozen resurrection pills, we'll talk after you defeat me. Tang Feng snorted and walked away. As soon as he left, Lu Fengru laughed. Kid, your confidence has skyrocketed this time. Fong Ping dared to provoke Tang Feng in private, but he dared not say it in front of her. Fong Ping said excitedly, Instructor, my bone marrow is like mercury now. Can you feel it? Fong Ping stretched his legs and laughed. My bone marrow is really like mercury now. After a while, Fong Ping was suspended in the air. Lu Fengru grabbed his neck and asked with a slightly strange expression, How did you do it? That? Put me down first. How embarrassing. This was not the first time. Lu Fengru threw him down, her eyes shining. Kid, what's going on? My bone marrow has always been like mercury. Humph. Really? Lu Fengru did not ask anymore. She glanced at him and walked out while saying, You should have gone back just now. It's very dangerous this time. 2 cities are attacking. The war will break out either tomorrow or the day after. Your injuries have not healed, and you're only a rank 3. Once the war breaks out, the chances of you dying are very high. The rank 2s are all here. They have no choice but to go. The catacombs don't allow retreat. Since we're here, we'll fight to the death. You're different. You've just made a great contribution, so you can go. If all of you die and I live, won't I, Fong Ping, have to bear the blame for the rest of my life? No one can prove that I'm the hero. Idiot. I'm actually afraid of death. I'm very afraid of death. But at this juncture, with so many grandmasters here, I dare not stay. If I face strong enemies alone in the future, won't I be waiting for death? Moreover, I think we can win. It's just 2 cities. There are so many human grandmasters. If it weren't for my misgivings, I could even slaughter them. You wish. Lu Fengru, who was radical in front of Tang Feng and the rest, shook her head. You have to know that the city lord is at least a rank 9 powerhouse. There are 13 cities in the catacombs, which means there are at least 13 rank 9s. That's the minimum. How many rank 9s do humans have? About 30. Once the war breaks out, powerhouses will appear in the depths of the catacombs. Once the war breaks out and the Magic City catacombs is wiped out, humans will lose more than half. Once the other entrances riot, humans will be completely finished. But there's no reason to wait for death. Yes, that's why the other party has joined forces with 2 cities this time. We will also have rank 9 powerhouses holding the fort. No matter how many high ranks the other party sends, we will send the same. It won't exceed too much. It doesn't matter even if we kill them. In reality, we are afraid. The catacombs humans are afraid too. High ranks and grandmasters are the peak of combat strength. Every time a war breaks out, the middle and lower ranks are the ones who suffer the most casualties. Be careful. Don't die so soon. That won't happen. I think I'm very lucky. Fong Ping chuckled and said softly, Instructor, I've actually saved my life from high-rank creatures before. I won't die so easily. Jiao? Yes, I guessed it. Lu Fengru glanced at him and said, Don't take coincidence as certainty. This time it was luck. The next time we meet, it'll be a narrow escape. Understood. I'll leave first. Lu Fengru said nothing more and left. As soon as they left, Fu Changding and the rest walked in. When they saw Fong Ping, they were a little embarrassed. Fong Ping let out a humph and said lightly, They're here. That? Fong Ping, I don't blame you. This is the path I chose. However, you guys hurt me. Yinshi, give me a few resurrection pills to mend my broken heart. Chen Yinshi touched her pocket and was about to take out a pill bottle. Fu Changding was dumbfounded. Was that even possible? Fong Ping saw that she was really going to give it to him and said sheepishly, Forget it. I don't take handouts. You can give it to me after I save your lives. I'm honest. Now no one doubts that I can't kill strong enemies, right? Yang Xiaoman mumbled, Don't save me. I don't have any money to give. I didn't think about saving you either. You and Zhao Lei, if you want me to save your lives, 10 resurrection pills. Give me 10 resurrection pills, or you can stop dreaming. Zhao Lei's face darkened. Did I provoke you again? Fu Changding laughed dryly and did not continue the topic. He said softly, That peak rank 5 is really. What do you mean? Are you questioning my strength? No, I mean you must take it easy. If everyone thinks that you can kill a rank 5, when the battle starts and the others encounter a rank 5 martial artist and are no match for you, you'll be finished. Fong Ping's expression stiffened. Yes, if they really think that I can kill rank 5 like dogs, what should I do? Cough, cough. I murdered them with a trick. I knew it. Fu Changding let out a sigh of relief and laughed. What about the rank 4? Nonsense, I killed them. I killed them seriously. Stop comforting yourself. Don't even think about surpassing me. When I return from the catacombs this time, I'll challenge on you. I don't even care about CLA. The few of them were speechless and helpless. If Fong Ping really killed a rank 4, they would really be left in the dust. Now, there were a few peak rank 2 among them. However, Fong Ping could kill a rank 4 alone. They were still too far away. After chatting with these people for a while, Fong Ping was injured, so they did not disturb him. Soon, they left. As for the benefits that Huang Jing promised, they arrived quickly. 2,000 credits, 2 resurrection pills, and a B-class Changdao. It was similar to the Feng's widow, but this time it was the Yinhua Dao. Yes, it was the Yinhua Dao, the sword used by Guan Yu II in the Romance of China. Fang Ping was a little dazed. Was he getting closer and closer to Guan Yu II? There was no reason why. When he looked in the mirror earlier, he realized that his face was red. Maybe it was because he had vomited too much blood recently, causing his vitality to surge. Of course, that was not why he looked in the mirror. It was because his nose had been pierced. Fang Ping was a little depressed. When would his nose recover? However, when he saw his wealth, Fang Ping's mood improved again. Wealth, 105 million vitality, 1,002 calories, 1,108 calories plus, mentality, 520 hertz, 541 hertz plus, bones honed, 62 bones, 100%, 115 bones, 90% plus, 29 bones, 30% plus. Previously, he had more than 39 million wealth points left. In the end, after a long run, he was only left with about 35 million. Now, his wealth points had increased by close to 70 million. His credits had increased by 40 million, and the pills had increased by 7 million. This saber, after deducting the wealth points that the two weapons had given him previously, had actually increased his wealth points by close to 2,300. After some calculations, the system had estimated this saber to be worth close to 50 million. I can't believe I've used a saber worth 50 million. Fang Ping was a little dazed. However, he had also suffered heavy losses this time. His left arm was the most seriously injured, and it would not recover so quickly. His body was injured in many places. His leather armor, which was said to be impenetrable by rank for martial artists, now had many holes. He wondered if Old Man Li would reimburse him when he returned. I can hone the bone marrow in my upper limbs. I'll save the remaining tens of millions for the big battle. Fang Ping made up his mind. He was ready to hone the bone marrow in his upper limbs. This way, the injury on his left arm might recover faster. With the strengthening of the bone marrow, my physical strength is also increasing. My vitality is also increasing. Perhaps I'll be peak rank 3 soon. When he thought that he was about to reach peak rank 3, Fang Ping was dazed again. Qin Fengqin did not break through, right? CLA definitely did not. If Old Wang was a little slower, he would be at the same rank as him in no time. As expected, I'm the child of destiny. On the sickbed, Fang Ping laughed foolishly. Chapter 251. Night fell in an instant. No one came to disturb Fang Ping that night. He did not go out to ask about the situation either. These things were not for a rank 3 like him to worry about. At night, Fang Ping began to use his wealth to hone the bone marrow of his upper limbs. As his bone marrow was honed, Fang Ping's left arm gradually recovered. Rank 8 powerhouses were known as the invincible golden body. Strong defense was one thing, but fast recovery was another. All of this had a lot to do with his bone marrow. After honing his bone marrow, his body's hematopoiesis, recovery, and feedback abilities were all greatly improved. His left arm, which was the most heavily injured, was recovering at a speed visible to the naked eye. Fang Ping's internal organs were injured. Someone had taken a resurrection pill earlier, but it was still not completely healed. A rank 6 powerhouse's attack was not that simple. If Fang Ping had not continuously recovered his vitality and repaired his internal organs, he would have died before Tang Feng could save him. To recover his combat strength as soon as possible, Fang Ping endured the pain and took another resurrection pill. His internal injuries also began to recover quickly. By the time the sky brightened, Fang Ping's injuries were mostly healed. Other than his left arm, which he still could not use, the rest of his injuries were almost healed. Looking at his new stats, Fang Ping was very satisfied. After breaking the 1,000 calories limit, his vitality increased rapidly again. The increase in his vitality meant that Fang Ping's outburst moves were more powerful. It also meant that his physique was constantly improving. Wealth 40. 5 million vitality. 1,008 calories, 1,209 calories plus, mentality. 520 hertz, 541 hertz plus, bones honed. 126 bones, 100%, 51 bones, 90% plus. 29 bones, 30% plus. My vitality has reached more than 1,200 calories. It's a pity that Manic Explosion is still stuck at 4 consecutive slashes. Fong Ping felt slightly regretful. Actually, he had used Manic Explosion more than once or twice in the past few days. In total, he had slashed thousands of times. 5 consecutive slashes, however, was still a little stuck. He could not execute consecutive slashes. If he could execute 5 consecutive slashes, Fong Ping's combat strength would increase greatly. Right now, he might not be Qin Fengqing's match if he relied solely on his own vitality to kill his enemies. Qin Fengqing's combat techniques should be slightly stronger than his, barring any surprises. My strongest vitality outburst is around 200 calories when I hack with a single slash. Now, for consecutive slashes, can achieve an outburst of close to 350 calories. Fong Ping was able to kill a rank for martial artist because he did not give his opponent any time to react. Rather than saying that he killed the enemy, it was more accurate to say that he dragged the enemy to death. As for Qin Fengqing and the others' attacks, they were probably the real ultimate moves, killing the enemy in one move. From this point alone, Fong Ping was still slightly lacking. When I can perform 7 consecutive slashes, I'm afraid that my vitality will reach 800 calories. When that time comes, it will be the real ultimate move, killing with one slash. Fong Ping mumbled. He was referring to the same rank, upper stage or peak rank 3. Even the weaker rank for martial artists who did not have powerful defensive cultivation techniques or powerful ultimate moves would be killed in one slash if they fought against Fong Ping. However, 7 consecutive slashes. Fong Ping felt that he could just wash up and go to sleep. I can't even execute 5 consecutive slashes. What a waste of such a good combat technique. Fong Ping complained to himself, feeling a little helpless. Now his strength came from multiple outbursts, not single outbursts. It was really regrettable. This meant that he consumed more vitality and wasted more time to kill the enemy. Combat techniques improve the fastest when killing people. Qin Fengqing and the others can cultivate their combat techniques to the point of ultimate moves. Moreover, their ultimate moves are considered powerful. It probably has something to do with the number of times they go to the catacombs. In this battle, I have to cultivate at least 5 consecutive slashes. When that time comes, the power of the outburst will be comparable to other people's ultimate move outburst of more than 400 calories. Moreover, I have to cultivate single moves too. After all, there's a break in consecutive slashes. It's fine if I encounter weak people, but powerhouses can directly interrupt my own consecutive slashes. Manic Explosion had its advantages and disadvantages. The advantage was that it could stack outbursts and accumulate damage. The disadvantage was also very obvious. If he encountered someone with strong eyesight and quick reflexes, they could avoid or interrupt Fong Ping's consecutive slashes at the beginning of his consecutive slashes. In this way, Fong Ping's attack methods would be extremely deficient. I should cultivate a combat technique for single outbursts. Manic Explosion focuses on consecutive slashes instead of pursuing the power of a single saber outburst. After sorting out his advantages and disadvantages, Fong Ping had a plan in mind. Among those of the same rank, he was not considered invincible without relying on vitality. If he really fought and did not use his wealth to quickly recover his vitality, Fong Ping would probably be no match for the top 10 of the rank 3 ranking list. Combat experience, techniques, and moves are all lacking. The catacombs is also the best place to train. The prerequisite is that I don't die here. This time, when I get out of the catacombs and upgrade myself to peak rank 3, I can use 5 consecutive slashes. In the rank 3 ranking list, I can also rely on my actual combat strength to squeeze into the top 3. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping got off the bed and walked out of the medical room. As soon as he walked out, Fu Chanding rushed over. When he saw Fong Ping, he said immediately, "The school is having a meeting. There's something to announce." Fong Ping followed him and walked toward the big conference room. In the conference room, at this moment, it was not only Fong Ping's group. There were others present. Fong Ping suddenly saw a familiar face, Qin Fengqing. Why are you here? Qin Fengqing shouldered his Changdao and said lazily, Nonsense. When the war starts, of course I have to come. Student Fong, I'm almost rank 4. This time, it's a sure thing. I heard that you're an upper stage rank 3 and killed a rank 5. Let's have a try someday? Fong Ping humphed. Let's have a try. Do you think I'm afraid of you? This bastard had been wandering around the new student's dormitory area with his saber, looking like he wanted to kill Fong Ping. Fong Ping had long remembered this grudge. Moreover, Qin Fengqing still owed him money. It seemed like it was 3 million or something. CLA didn't come? Him? Qin Fengqing pursed his lips. He didn't come. I heard that the kid went to help with the school's recruitment. He's too free. If he has the time, he should come to the catacombs. But it's good. If he doesn't come, we can kill a few more catacombs bastards. Qin Fengqing said it casually, as if the catacombs martial artists could be killed at will. Fong Ping ignored him and looked around. This time, the school had quite a number of people. There were now 10 to 20 rank 3 martial artists. Including the rank 3 martial artists from before, there were probably close to 40 people. Now that the seniors had graduated, there were only about 60 rank 3 students in MCMAU. 2/3 of them had come all of a sudden. Fong Ping's heart was slightly heavy. It seemed like the situation was not good. Otherwise, MCMU would not be willing to send so many rank 3 martial artists into the catacombs. Other than the students, the number of instructors had also increased. Fong Ping saw Luo Yichuan, Su Jianzhou, and many familiar instructors. There were at least 200 people in the entire conference room. Just as everyone was discussing in low voices, Tang Feng, Lu Fengru, and a few others walked over. As usual, Tang Feng went straight to the point. Vice-Chancellor Wu and the Dean have other missions. Next, we have our own missions too. All rank 2 martial artists go up the city walls and help the military department defend Hope City. Rank 3 martial artists below upper stage will also participate in the defense. Instructor. Someone was unwilling. Yu Xianghua said loudly, Instructor, I don't want to participate in the defense. Tang Feng glanced at him and said coldly, Go and die. Do you think you're an upper stage rank 3? Do you think you can block one move from an upper stage rank 3? Ignoring him, Tang Feng continued, Upper stage rank 3 and peak rank 3 martial artists have a certain level of night vision. Of course, you can't see far enough, but now, middle-ranked martial artists have missions to complete. As soon as he said that, Fong Ping guessed something. Sure enough, Tang Feng continued, the military department's intention is that we cannot sit still and wait for the 2 cities to converge. If the 2 cities' soldiers arrive, Hope City is too small, and the martial artist's destructive power is too great. It's very likely that it will be breached. Therefore, we must take the initiative to attack and disrupt their deployment. While East Sunflower City is still 120 li away from us, we'll strike first and gain the upper hand by attacking Sky Gate City's position. Sky Gate City's troops will be taken care of by the military department. However, a large number of Sky Gate City's idle martial artists have also gathered. The military department's combat mission for you is to attack a temporary camp formed by idle martial artists. Our scouts have found out that 25 kilometers northwest of Hope City, there is a small gathering place with close to 300 martial artists. There are middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists. MCMAU's mission is to destroy this stronghold and weaken Sky Gate City's strength. At night, rank 1 and 2 martial artists can't see anything clearly, so there's nothing to worry about. We need to kill the martial artists who are upper stage rank 3 and above. This time, MCMU's rank 4 and 5 instructors in upper stage and peak rank 3 students will work together to destroy the enemy's position. Obviously, the rank 6 instructors had other missions. As Tang Feng spoke, he looked at everyone and asked, Any questions? Before Fong Ping could ask, Qin Fengqing said, It's just destroying a civilian stronghold. How hard can it be? Honestly, the catacombs martial artists are only slightly stronger than the military martial artists. There aren't many civilian powerhouses. Tang Feng frowned slightly. Don't be careless. The enemy has many martial artists who are upper stage rank 3 and above, but will lure their rank 6 martial artists away. In short, I hope everyone can return safely. The situation has deteriorated. The two cities have joined forces, and the powerhouses are restraining each other. We're still at a disadvantage. We're not afraid of rank 1 and 2 martial artists attacking the city, but there are too many martial artists who are upper stage rank 3 and above. Hope City can't hold them off. Although Hope City's city walls were tall, and the outer perimeter was made of steel, it was not too difficult for upper stage rank 3 martial artists to leap over the city walls. The military department's troops could resist their troops, but in every battle, powerhouses were needed to restrain the enemy's powerhouses. Fong Ping waited for him to finish, then said, "What if the enemy still has rank 6 existences? We'll try our best to restrain all of them. If there are still people around, the rank 5 instructors will face the enemy. You don't have to worry about this. Your targets are rank 3 martial artists, including those below rank 3. Human martial artists were not weak. It was not that the catacombs martial artists were weaker than humans. The key was that the catacombs martial artists, especially the civilian martial artists, did not know many combat techniques, and the quality of their weapons was average. From the loot that Fong Ping had killed, most of the rank for martial artists were using D-class quality weapons. As for human martial artists who had reached rank 4, they would prepare some C-class alloy weapons for themselves if nothing went wrong. Human grandmasters rarely kept their combat techniques to themselves. They could learn them for free. However, in the catacombs, the hierarchy was stricter. Not everyone could learn combat techniques. This also caused the difference in strength between the catacombs' military martial artists and the civilian martial artists. The others no longer had any doubts. Actually, everyone had experienced this before. It was not the first time they had done something like this when they had reached upper stage rank 3. However, it was Fong Ping's first time. After Tang Feng finished, Fong Ping asked Qin Fengqing in a low voice, "When the time comes, it'll be a free-for-all?" Qin Fengqing said carelessly, "If we can beat them, we'll kill them. If we can't beat them, we'll lure them to the instructors. Of course, don't do it blindly. If we kill the instructors, we'll lose our lives too. All in all, the mission given to us is not too difficult. They didn't ask us to destroy the enemy's military camp. I'm afraid it's also because you're a newbie." Fong Ping's expression darkened. He said impatiently, "Then you can attack the military camp. Am I stupid? Do I want to die?" Fong Ping was speechless. "Then why did you say it so bravely just now?" After thinking for a while, Fong Ping said, "Why don't we just let the grandmasters go and kill them with one slap?" Qin Fengqing rolled his eyes, speechless. "Get lost. The grandmasters actually have an unspoken rule with the other party. When the war starts, soldiers fight soldiers, generals fight generals. Unless the difference in manpower is too big. Otherwise, if you kill the enemy's low-level martial artists, won't their high-rank martial artists kill our people?" "In the past, actually, our grandmasters did it too," Qin Fengqing said in a low voice. "They slaughtered an army of the other party. At that time, the grandmaster thought that since they were not on Earth, killing them did not matter. Back then, humans did not build a city at the entrance of the catacombs. Let the grandmasters go in and kill for a while, then run away. In the end, the catacombs erupted. More than 10 rank 9 powerhouses almost broke through the passageway. Later, many grandmasters attacked and fought with the other party in the passageway. They almost blew up the passageway and died together. Anyway, that's about it. Both sides are a little cautious. We're afraid that they'll rush out, and they're also worried that our grandmasters will wantonly kill civilians. Unless one side has an absolute advantage. Otherwise, powerhouses killing low-level martial artists on a large scale will definitely be retaliated." Fong Ping asked curiously, "There are so many powerhouses in the catacombs. Why don't they usually come out?" Qin Fengqing shrugged and said, "Don't ask me. I don't know. However, some people speculated that maybe the entrances of the catacombs are not connected. It's also very difficult for powerhouses to pass through. There are certain restrictions. That's why they're waiting for all the entrances to be connected. Then they'll gather people and kill the humans on Earth in one go. As for whether it's true or not, I don't know. As for us, although this is what we're guessing, We can only wait passively. There's no other way. The entrances of the catacombs may not be able to communicate with each other on a large scale, but some top-notch powerhouses should be able to communicate with each other. If you kill too much here, the other side will receive the news and create pressure for us to break through the entrances. Anyway, we're waiting now. We're waiting for more grandmasters, waiting for more information to be detected. The other party is also waiting for all the major entrances to be unobstructed. Right now, they're only fighting local battles. The full-scale war has not broken out yet. Fong Ping sighed and did not ask any more questions. Seeing this, Qin Fengqing said in a low voice, "Follow me tonight. Let's do something big. Fighting rank 3 is boring. There aren't many spoils of war. Let's do it with rank 4 or 5. If we kill one, it's worth a lot of rank 3 martial artists. You go up and use your big move. Outburst 20 to 30 times. Even a rank 4 will have to think of a way to block it. I'll accumulate energy and kill him in one slash." Fong Ping complained, "Do you really think that my vitality consumption comes out of thin air? I also need pills and resources. How about 50 to 50? Get lost. 40 to 60. I can't go any lower. It's not like I'm not doing anything." Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "I think killing more rank 3 is better than killing rank 4. Middle rank martial artists are hard to kill. Even if I can outburst, what about you? You can still continue after you've used up all your vitality in one slash?" "Idiot," Qin Fengqing scolded. "Killing one rank 4 is worth 10 rank 3. What do you think? That much? Nonsense. Their energy hearts are worth a lot of money. A rank 4 heart can be exchanged for 300 credits. That much?" Fong Ping really did not know about this. After hearing that, he suddenly felt his heart ache. "What about the rank 5 ones? It depends on the rank. The peak ones are worth 1,000 credits. Fong Ping cursed suddenly. The golden lion in the Jiao's forest had eaten so much of his good stuff. Soon, however, Fong Ping suddenly thought of something. Previously, he had also taken a rank 4 heart. It did not increase his wealth by much, did it? Is it because this thing is actually not worth much? Or is it because it was taken from a person, so the system doesn't calculate it? Fong Ping was not too sure. He could only try again later. Perhaps it was because there was no way to evaluate the value of something like a heart? If I exchange it for credits, it should be enough. Fong Ping did not understand how the system calculated it, so he could only ignore it. Chapter 252. Everyone in Hope City had a mission. Here, other than people from the military department, there were no ordinary people. Even those who did business in the city were martial artists. This was a military town. When the war started, everyone had to fight. Night fell once again. Fong Ping's team was not the only one moving in the dark. At the city gate, Fong Ping encountered several teams. Qin Fengqing followed the team and complained in a low voice, "If I don't enter rank 4 and hone my internal organs, I won't be able to see clearly. It's like I'm nearsighted. I can only see 10 meters or so. If I get lost in the middle of the night, I won't even know where to run." "Shut up. Lower your voice." The instructor leading the team was a peak rank 5 powerhouse. He scolded in a low voice. Qin Fengqing was embarrassed. After walking for a while, he pulled Fong Ping and said, "Actually, following the team won't earn much. Little Fong, think about it. Let's fight our way to the back of Sky Gate City." Fong Ping's head hurt. "Why are you so King talkative? You're even more talkative than me." Now that Sky Gate City's entire army has been mobilized, there are fewer people at the back. If we fight our way to their lair and earn a lot, grandmasters won't have to worry about it anymore. Let me tell you, last time I went with that kid Wang Jinyang, we went deep into the enemy's territory. Did you know? We earned a huge sum of money. A cultivation-aiding energy stone the size of a fist, weighing 1 caddy. The value of energy stones was calculated in grams. Qin Fengqing gave 1 caddy. Fong Ping converted it instantly. 15,000 credits, almost 4 to 500 million. Really? Of course, but that bastard Wang Jinyang isn't human. He said he contributed a lot and took most of it. leaving me a small half. Then you're only a peak rank 3? Get lost. What do you know? I bought a B-class saber and spent half of it. The rest of the money was spent on pills and combat techniques. Don't look at me as a peak rank 3. I can fight 5 of you alone. Keep bragging. Do you believe that I can fight 5 of you alone? Bullsh asterisk T. Qin Fengqing snorted and boasted. When I slash, my peak outburst is 500 calories. Even a rank 4 will die. Do you think you can withstand it if your vitality recovers faster? Also, I'm fast, so you won't be able to dodge. You won't die from 1 slash, but 2 slashes will definitely kill you. Keep bragging. You a rank 3? Want to kill me? Even rank 6 can't kill me. That's because he's stupid. He was probably tricked by you and didn't kill you in 1 strike. If it were me, I wouldn't have given you the chance to escape. You sound like you're serious. I'll find you for one-on-one training later. Who's afraid of who? By the way, since you're so rich, you still haven't returned the 3 million you lent me last time? What? Qin Fengqing was at a loss. Did I borrow money? I even borrowed 3 million from you. Why don't I have any impression of that? The mentors in front wanted to vomit blood. Were these 2 fellows on an outing? Go and fight with your life. A team of 300 martial artists, including the students and teachers. There were only about 100 of them. Why did he want to go deep into the enemy's rear? Unlike Fong Ping, these people did not expend their vitality crazily for 50 li. They rushed for close to 2 hours before they reached their destination. The mentors' expressions were more serious. The other students' expressions were also serious. Qin Fengqing was serious for 3 seconds. Suddenly, he collapsed and said softly, "Instructors, you must block the rank 6. I really can't beat them. If you send 1 or 2 rank 4 or 5, I think I can hack them to death." The leading instructor had a splitting headache. He glanced at Qin Fengqing and said suddenly, "You and Fong Ping, both of you act alone. Don't go with the other students." This arrangement had to be made. These 2 idiots were discussing how to kill rank 4 and 5. The other rank 3 students did not have the ability to do so. If the 2 of them really attracted a few rank 4 and 5, then rank 3 students would almost be killed in seconds. Of course, there were a few rank 3 powerhouses among the students. However, compared to killing the rank 4 Qin Fengqing and the rank 5 Fong Ping, their results were much worse. Upper stage rank 3 could fight peak, but it would be troublesome if they encountered a rank 4. Qin Fengqing was overjoyed and nodded quickly. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was dumbfounded. He did not say that he wanted to act with this guy. He was planning to kill those rank 1, 2, and 3. Many a little makes a mickle. We'll act in 3 minutes. No matter how many you kill, after 15 minutes or when we arrange to evacuate, immediately retreat together. Understand? Understood. Enter the campsite. Rank 3s will act together, except for the 2 of you. We'll look for middle-rank martial artists. Remember, unless they die in battle, all instructors are not allowed to let any middle-ranked martial artist cross the boundary. The leading instructor's words were full of coldness. The others did not say anything. This was the usual practice. There was no need to think too much about it. Fong Ping felt tired again. He really wanted to say, "I'm not acting with this guy." Time passed slowly. The martial artist still had a concept of the passage of time. When almost 3 minutes were up, one of the instructors drew his bow and shot an arrow. The sound of the arrow pierced through the sky. A few martial artists on the outskirts of the campsite were instantly shot by the long arrow and killed on the spot. Kill! At the same time the long arrow was shot, the others rushed out from their original positions and attacked the other campsite. Fong Ping was stunned. So straightforward? Qin Fengqing said as he rushed. Go. What are you looking at? Do you think martial artists are stupid? There are so many of us. Once we get close, our vitality will leak. In the end, we still have to rely on our strength to attack the campsite. We just need to take a little initiative. If one wanted to enter the campsite with middle-ranked martial artists in charge, one had to be much stronger than them to assassinate them. Otherwise, killing one would immediately attract attention. The main reason martial artists attacked at night was to eliminate the role of rank 1 and 2 martial artists. At night, it was difficult for rank 1 and 2 martial artists to see clearly. It was almost certain that they would be slaughtered. F***ck, I thought. Fong Ping was speechless. He thought they would assassinate a few, then be discovered, and then fight. Now, it was completely different from what he had imagined. As he ran, the martial artists in the campsite also reacted instantly. A great battle was imminent. The martial artists were also in combat mode. Only fools would sleep soundly at this time. One of the instructors knew archery. He shot some of the martial artists guarding the gate. In the blink of an eye, he rushed into the campsite and tangled with the middle-ranked martial artists on the other side. Fong Ping ran slightly slower. By the time he rushed to the entrance of the campsite, there were already casualties. A peak rank 5 instructor from MCMU wielded a long axe. With a sweep of the axe, a few rank 3 and 4 martial artists around him were cut in half. Split! Another rank 5 instructor roared. The other instructors who were fighting led their opponents and rushed into the depths of the campsite in an instant. Qin Fengqing killed an early-stage rank 3 martial artist with a casual slash of his saber. He looked at Fong Ping and roared. What are you looking at? The middle ranks have all been taken away. Instructor Wu is fighting 1 against 3. Let's lure 1 over and kill him. Fong Ping was a little flustered. At this moment, the other rank 3 students were also fighting with the rank 3 martial artists in the campsite. Although there were also people attacking Fong Ping and Qin Fengqing was indeed not weak. When he killed these people, almost all of them were killed with 1 slash. Before this, Fong Ping thought that it was messy. In reality, when they were fighting, it was messy but not chaotic. The instructors led their opponents to fight in the depths of the campsite while the students fought in the periphery. However, there were also those who did not follow the rules. The middle-ranked martial artists in the campsite were slightly more than the instructors. Some of them were unwilling to be led away, so they left the battle circle and wanted to fight in the periphery. As a result, the instructors who usually seemed kind were now all crazy. Some of the instructors restrained a few enemies, not letting them leave the battle circle. This is our instructor? Fong Ping murmured. His movements were not slow. With a slash of his saber, he killed a rank 2 martial artist who was scurrying around on the spot. Seeing that Fong Ping seemed to have the desire to collect the spoils of war, Qin Fengqing said angrily, "Kill them all first, then pick them up. Pick the middle ranks or rank 3 once. Rank 1 and 2 are all poor bastards. Leave in 15 minutes. Can't you be faster?" I didn't say I was going to move with you. Fong Ping also felt wronged. He was King blaming it on him. Qin Fengqing ignored him and rushed to the front, yelling, "Instructor Wu, let her rank for come here." The instructor he was yelling for was currently being attacked by 3 people and was being beaten back. After hearing Fong Ping's words, he did not waste any time and directly avoided one of them, giving the other a chance to leave the battle circle. However, the catacombs martial artist did not care and continued to attack him. Qin Fengqing did not waste any time either. He rushed forward and slashed the other, then quickly ran back, yelling, "Fong Ping, use your ultimate move and slash him dozens of times." Fong Ping really wanted to vomit blood. What the hell were you doing? Qin Fengqing did not care if Fong Ping was happy or not. You've already killed a rank 5. Killing a rank 4 would not be difficult. What was there to be afraid of? No matter how helpless Fong Ping was, there was killing everywhere. He could not really let this guy charge into the rank 3 students, could he? Just as Qin Fengqing ran past him, Fong Ping growled, stepped forward, raised his saber, and slashed. Loud clanging sounds could be heard continuously. The rank for martial artist who was rushing over let out a low growl and unleashed his full strength, slashing Fong Ping a few steps back. Fong Ping did not care. He rushed forward quickly, raised his saber, and slashed again. According to his method, if he wanted to kill a rank 4, he would have to wait until the other party's vitality was almost depleted. In the end, as the 2 of them were entangled, Qin Fengqing, who had disappeared to God knows where, suddenly leaped out from behind Fong Ping. "Watch my saber, slash Huashan Mountain," Qin Fengqing roared. His greatsword's blood-red glow was extremely thick. This slash was extremely fast, so fast that Fong Ping could not react. The face of the rank for martial artist opposite him changed, but he could not retreat in time. He had just heard the sound, and before the sound faded away, Qin Fengqing's saber slashed across his arm, cutting him in half diagonally. Huff! Panting heavily, Qin Fengqing laughed. "Feels good? Just use your saber. Fong Ping, do it like this." He was still talking when Fong Ping had already squatted down. His hands were so fast that they left after images, touching the other party's body. Everything on him was in Fong Ping's arms. "You dig out the heart? I won't." Fong Ping found it disgusting and did not make a move. Qin Fengqing was speechless. "Mother of Asterisk Kerr, your hands are so fast. Why are you so slow when you use your saber?" Thoughts aside, it was not Qin Fengqing's first time doing this. He quickly dealt with the energy heart. This guy had a huge leather bag tied around his waist, and he stuffed it in with great familiarity. The two of them killed a rank for almost instantly, attracting the attention of the catacombs martial artists. In the next moment, two rank for martial artists rushed out of the instructor's battle circle and attacked the two of them. Qin Fengqing's expression changed slightly. He shouted, "Instructor, there's too many!" In the crowd, among the instructors who were fighting, someone roared and replied, "Hold them off first. These guys are quite capable. They can't hold on any longer." F***CK. Qin Fengqing was helpless. 2 against 1 was comfortable, but 1 against 1 was not. Fong Ping was actually much more comfortable than Qin Fengqing. Seeing the situation, he held up his saber and said, 1 against 1. You take one away first. How about I give both of them to you? F***CK off. Qin Fengqing swore a few times, but he held his saber and went forward to block one of them. Fong Ping quickly went up to one of them. He did not waste time talking. He went forward and unleashed a combo outburst. After one outburst, Fong Ping did not give the other party a chance to catch his breath. Fong Ping continued his outburst. While Fong Ping was fighting, Qin Fengqing suddenly ran over, panting heavily. Switch to another one. CK him up. Fong Ping wanted to curse out loud. This bastard, taking advantage of me. 370. Qin Fengqing roared. Fong Ping had no objections now. He switched opponents with Qin Fengqing instantly. However, after switching opponents, Fong Ping had just unleashed 4 consecutive slashes when the opponent suddenly disappeared. In the next moment, he appeared above Qin Fengqing's head. Qin Fengqing roared, "Block him." Fong Ping's expression was slightly solemn. He stepped into the air and slashed at the opponent's waist. In the end, the opponent dodged again. In the blink of an eye, he appeared next to Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing, who was blocking another person, was about to cry. He dodged the opponent in a flurry and said angrily, "You're too slow. He's too fast." Fong Ping was also helpless. The opponent did not fight him head-on, but focused on killing Qin Fengqing. What could he do? Change back, or else I'll die because of you. Qin Fengqing was helpless. Fong Ping's speed was slower than his, or at least his saber was slower. He could not block that person at all. If this went on, he would really be killed. Fong Ping had no objections. He switched positions again, switching opponents with Qin Fengqing. This time, Fong Ping's movements were not slow. With a low roar, Fong Ping did not care how much vitality he consumed. He raised his saber and slashed. The opponent's speed was not as fast as the previous person. He could not avoid it, so he could only take it head-on. After slashing dozens of times, Qin Fengqing blocked the other person's attack in a flurry. As he dodged, he shouted, "Give him a few more ruthless attacks. I'll take the opportunity to slash him to death. But even if I slash him to death, I'll still be stabbed to death by this guy. You have to help me block him." "I can't block him. Idiot, your speed is too slow." "No, you're not slow, but your saber slashes are too slow. Do you know saber techniques?" Manic Explosion is considered a fast saber. Use your heart to slash and feel the opponent's movement trajectory. Don't always slash at the opponent's weapon. This guy Fong Ping's saber slashes were really not fast enough. If he was fast enough, the opponent would not have time to hold a weapon to block at all. Trajectory? When fighting, the vitality fluctuations have a trajectory. Use your heart to feel. Fong Ping's eyes lit up. Use my heart to feel? I forgot. My mentality can feel the fluctuations of energy particles. Just as Qin Fengqing finished speaking, Fong Ping suddenly swung his saber. The rank for martial artist opposite him reacted a beat too slowly and was slashed on the back of his hand. Fresh blood flowed out. I see. Sensing the opponent's vitality trajectory, I can even identify the weak points. I've learned a move. Fong Ping's eyes lit up. Qin Fengqing was a little surprised at the sight. He quickly said, "Hurry up. Remember to block him. Otherwise, when my vitality is depleted, the opponent can kill me with one slash. Take it easy. If I can't block him, then I won't let you go even if I become a ghost." The two of them chatted enthusiastically. The other party would not understand anyway. Fong Ping was a little impressed by Qin Fengqing. "You trust me so much. If I can't block him and you get stabbed to death, you won't come looking for me, right?" Fong Ping took a slight breath and said quickly, "I'll slash this guy a few dozen times first. You take the opportunity and slash him to death. If I can't block him, you're on your own. If worst comes to worst, I'll give up the 5 million. 5 million? You're still concerned about 5 million or 10 million at this time. Don't be so money-grubbing." Qin Fengqing was speechless. "Forget it. Whatever you say." Coming. In the next second, Fong Ping's hand speed increased greatly. He slashed his opponent's weapon dozens of times in an instant, forcing him to retreat continuously. Qin Fengqing's speed was also extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, his Changdao was already slashing toward his opponent's head. Behind him, a long sword was also stabbing toward the back of his head. Fong Ping did not think at all. The Changdao in his hand slashed through the air, sweeping the long sword aside with a ding. The two of them exchanged blows once. Qin Fengqing had already slashed his opponent's head open with one slash. Then he rolled away from Fong Ping and the others, panting. "I can't do it anymore. You block him. Let me recover for a while." You can only slash twice?" Fong Ping was speechless. "You're too useless." "Nonsense. I'm killing a rank 4. Do you really think I can kill a rank for like killing a dog? Block quickly. F***CK block. He wants to kill me." Qin Fengqing rolled away again to avoid his opponent's sword attack. He was so scared that his face was pale. Looking at the people around him, he could not help but stare at Fong Ping and complain, "Kill him quickly. If another one comes, I'm done for. My ultimate move can't kill him." "That's because your ultimate move is too weak. Defective. How did you cultivate it? If I had your vitality, I could kill a rank for with one slash." "Useless. If you keep scolding me, I'll abandon you." "Don't, Master Fong. You continue. Just play with him. But you're really useless. Your 4 consecutive slashes are not connected at all. You said that your outburst is above 300 calories, but really, it's not that much stronger than a casual slash of mine. Can you not slash head-on? If you don't have so much vitality, I can really kill 10 of you. Then how do you suggest I slash?" Predict his next move from his vitality fluctuations. He has a time to retract his sword when he attacks. Take advantage of this break and kill him with one slash. Predict? You don't know this? Not really. Brainless bore. Qin Fengqing scolded and said seriously, "Actually, it's also a kind of combat intuition. Your combat intuition is bad. Of course, it's related to your experience. You've seen too few catacombs martial artists fight. Forget it. It doesn't make sense to you. Also, don't always have a break in your consecutive slashes. Once the 4 consecutive slashes are broken, it won't achieve the effect. Your vitality is overflowing. Learn to gather it. The Changdao is so big. Not every part of it needs to be evenly distributed. Gather it at one point. You've been using a saber for so long. Why don't you know this? I remember that you know how to poke your feet, right? When you poke your feet and kick out, don't tell me the force is distributed everywhere in your feet. Gather it at the tip of your toes and unleash the greatest power. Don't you know this? It's the same principle with a saber. Most of your vitality force is wasted. Can you slash the air? Seems like it, Fong Ping mumbled. Lu Fengru had mentioned this before, but it was easier said than done. A saber was an external object after all. It was not easy to use it as one's own arm. Don't let your mind wander. Block, block. Think of the Changdao as your arm. Wherever you gather the force, that's where your vitality will be gathered. It's very easy for a B-class saber to direct vitality. You have such a good weapon and a strong vitality. If you can't slash a rank 4, it's a waste of your good conditions. If I had your conditions, I'd dare to slash a rank 7. Fong Ping was completely speechless. He knew how to brag too. However, what Qin Fengqing said did make sense. Fong Ping was no longer distracted. He imagined the Changdao as his arm. In the next moment, Fong Ping's mentality moved slightly, attaching it to the Changdao. Fong Ping could sense the energy distribution within clearly. You can do this. Fong Ping's spirit was shaken. Suddenly, he gathered all his vitality at one point on the saber's blade. Slash! With a roar, Fong Ping's saber slashed down, hitting the opponent's blade. Kacha! A crisp sound rang out. The longsword broke. Slash again. Fong Ping roared again. The Changdao was as fast as lightning, slicing through the night sky in an instant. The sound of metal slicing was heard. Fong Ping's Changdao flashed blood red, and the opponent was slashed in half diagonally. Old Qin, good advice. I'll reduce your debt by 1 million. For million is enough. Qin Fengqing was at a loss. He mumbled, "You're a fast learner." Chapter 253. Both of them had killed 3 rank for martial artists in a row. They were having a great time killing. However, that didn't mean that everyone could do the same. When Fong Ping was done collecting his spoils of war, he turned his head and saw that an instructor in the battle circle had his heart pierced through by a catacombs martial artist. Fong Ping froze for a moment. He was truly stunned for a moment. He thought that MCMU's instructors would be able to kill these people successfully. He thought that when MCMU's instructors attacked the camp, they would definitely start a massacre. Qin Fengqing said that ordinary martial artists were very weak. Although Fong Ping did not feel much, Qin Fengqing had just killed a rank for with 1 slash. Fong Ping subconsciously felt that if MCMU's instructors could do this, but all these fantasies were just fantasies. When he saw an instructor killed on the spot, Fong Ping really did not come back to his senses. He had already forgotten that in every war, countless people would be sacrificed. MCMU's instructors were not invincible. Many of them had died in battle. A few days ago, he had seen with his own eyes the corpses of some instructors being buried in the depths of MCMAU. Bai Ruashi, the mentor he was familiar with, was also seriously injured and dying. She had no choice but to stop her teaching career. Fong Ping was in a daze, but Qin Fengqing was not. He swallowed a pill in one gulp and rushed into the fray. With great difficulty, he blocked the person who had killed an MCMU instructor with a single slash. Fong Ping reacted immediately. Just as he was about to join the battle, an instructor roared, "Fong Ping, go and support the students at the periphery." Fong Ping turned his head to look. While they were killing the rank for martial artists, the students had been surrounded by many martial artists and were struggling to defend themselves. Gritting his teeth, Fong Ping dashed toward the perimeter. No matter how weak the civilian martial artists were, their levels were similar to everyone else's. 1 against 2 might be possible, but it would be dangerous for 100 people to surround and attack 20 people. Fong Ping joined the battle circle. Fong Ping had never thought that he would lose to someone of the same rank. The Changdao was no longer blood red in color. Only the blade was blood red. Fong Ping's Changdao slashed horizontally, killing a rank 3 martial artist on the spot with 1 slash. "Come and kill me!" Fong Ping's roar attracted a lot of attention. The next moment, Fong Ping charged into the rank 3 battle ring. With this saber, there were few who could rival him. As an upper stage rank 3 martial artist, their bone marrows were mostly honed, their weapons were superior, and they did not care about vitality consumption. Such upper stage rank 3 martial artists were considered a small group of extremely powerful people in the entire human society. This place was only one city in the catacombs. How could a group of civilian rank 3s be a match for Fong Ping? In the blink of an eye, Fong Ping had killed 7 to 8 people. However, there were too many of them. Fong Ping was surrounded, and he could not use his speed to his advantage. He was still hit a few times, and some of the old wounds on his body opened up again. "Give me the last hit." Fong Ping was enraged. With a roar, he suddenly stopped pursuing a sure kill. Instead, he swept his Chongdao horizontally, hacking and slashing randomly. "I'll use my ultimate move. Those that can't be killed, you guys surround and kill them." The students were all dumbfounded. Almost all MCMU students knew of Fong Ping's existence. He had also heard that Fong Ping could unleash big moves as easily as if he was eating or drinking. But at this moment, it was the first time many of them had seen it with their own eyes. Fong Ping was like a ferocious tiger that did not know fatigue. His Chongdao exuded a strong blood-red glow. He rushed into the crowd and slashed, then quickly retreated into the circle of students. "Don't give me the last hit. I thought a good idea. I'll continue to use my ultimate move, but let me catch my breath. You guys help me block the enemies for a while." Although Fong Ping's vitality was limitless, everyone would get tired. After charging and killing for a while, Fong Ping was also a little tired. As he spoke, Fong Ping rushed out again. After dozens of slashes, Fong Ping retreated into the battle circle, panting violently. The others did not need to be reminded. They immediately blocked Fong Ping in the middle and began to defend against the surrounding martial artists' attacks. Fong Ping rested for a moment. Then, he stepped into the air again and began to attack. Those below upper stage rank 3 were basically cut in one slash. Those above upper stage rank 3 could not be killed with one slash. Fong Ping did not care about them anymore. He retreated to rest and rushed forward to attack again. However, after a few times, he was also hit many times by the upper stage and peak rank 3 martial artists in the catacombs crowd. His clothes were already stained red. "How much blood have I lost?" Fong Ping also felt a little dizzy. Wealth could replenish vitality, but vitality force was not the same as blood. The loss of blood still made Fong Ping very tired. When will this end? It seemed like there was no end to the catacombs martial artists. When Fong Ping felt that there were fewer and fewer people in the outer circle, he breathed a sigh of relief. At this time, he suddenly heard the instructor yelling from afar. "Retreat!" Fong Ping did not have time to think. Just as he was about to retreat, he suddenly thought of something and quickly searched the ground. Whether they were early stage or peak rank 3, Fong Ping touched 7 or 8 people in a row. At this time, the instructors inside retreated as they fought. Seeing that Fong Ping was still touching the corpses, one of the instructors shouted angrily, "Fong Ping, retreat!" Fong Ping turned his head to take a look. He saw many catacombs martial artists chasing after him. His heart quivered, and he broke into a run. His speed left the instructors dumbstruck. The crowd ran wildly for more than 20 li. Only then did the instructor behind them yell in a hoarse voice, "Rest for a while." As soon as the words left his mouth, many people went limp on the ground. The instructor leading the team patrolled the area and looked into the distance quietly, not saying a word. Fong Ping did not think of anything at first. Soon he thought of something and said, "Instructor, how are our casualties? And their corpses? How can there be no deaths in war?" The instructor leading the team said in a muffled voice. After a while, he said, "For instructors and 2 students died in battle. However, we killed more than 200 people. Almost all the rank 1 and 2 martial artists were killed by us. Most of the rank 3 martial artists were killed too. More than half of the rank 4 and 5 martial artists were either killed or injured." This team is done for. With only 6 casualties, they had killed so many enemies. It could not be said that it was not a great victory. If not for everyone's vitality being depleted, the team in front might have been completely wiped out. If a group of human elite martial artists could not even kill the civilian martial artists in the catacombs, then humanity would have been extinct long ago. Even so, Fong Ping did not feel very happy. Back then, when he killed the evil sect martial artists, those who died were all people from other schools. He did not care much. However, at this moment, the instructors and students who were chatting along the way suddenly died in battle before his eyes. Fong Ping did not know if he was confused or sad. Qin Fengqing was bleeding profusely. While bandaging his wounds, he panted and said, "It's nothing to die in the catacombs. Who can avoid death? Killing a few more before dying is worth it. If you don't kill the enemy, and I don't kill the enemy, we'll all just wait for death. At least they didn't ask us rank 1 and 2 to kill the enemy." Over at the military department, many rank 2 and 2 martial artists died in battle, including normal soldiers. At least we can kill a few to recoup our losses. As for the bodies of the instructors and students, they died in the catacombs. It's good that they're buried there. I just hope that one day, if I die, I'll be buried in Sky Gate City. No, I hope to be buried in the depths of the catacombs. Qin Fengqing grinned and murmured, "Killing into the depths of the catacombs. That's a real man." The instructors did not say anything. They looked into the distance. At this moment, everyone's vitality was depleted. If they went back and fought to the death for the bodies, it was not encouraged in the catacombs. Even if they were to die, they should kill a few more catacombs martial artists before dying. "When the war is over, we'll look for them again," the teacher in charge said in a low voice, then said, "Our mission is complete after killing this team. However, we didn't get much. We can't collect them in time. We're short on resources now. When we go back, the military department will at most give everyone some pills as compensation. No resentment." The teacher in charge said in a low voice, "This time, our mission is considered easy. In fact, the military department has been taking care of us. Because many people think that martial arts university students are elites and have a chance to become grandmasters. Therefore, the military department's martial artists live frugally, using their own sacrifices and efforts to provide us with a lot of resources. Every year, the number of military department martial artists who die in battle is more than 10 times that of martial arts universities. There are also a lot of normal soldiers. Therefore, even if the military department doesn't give us anything, we're not allowed to be resentful. Fighting in the catacombs is our responsibility. As for everyone's recovery and vitality consumption, MCMU will send a batch of pills over later. Everyone can collect them yourselves." Everyone nodded. Fong Ping felt a little awkward. He touched his bulging military backpack. The others were fighting hard and did not have time to collect them. He had obtained quite a lot of things. As if he had seen Fong Ping's action, the teacher in charge said calmly, "Keep them for yourself. During the battle, what you obtain will naturally belong to you. However, you're not allowed to snatch other people's loot. Share some of the loot that you took with you to the other students." In the end, Fong Ping touched 7 or 8 corpses. Some of them were martial artists who had been killed by others. Although the others did not have time to take them away, since Fong Ping had taken them away, he should share some with them. Hearing that, Fong Ping immediately took out some things from his backpack and handed them to the other students. Someone shook his head and said, "Forget it. You take it. If it weren't for you, half of us would have died this time." "Don't. Everyone take it. It's good for healing. There's not much, actually. We're all poor bastards." Everyone smiled and took what they were supposed to take. "All right, let's go back to the city," the teacher in charge shouted. Everyone got up and walked toward Hope City. When they arrived at Hope City, the sky had just brightened. Outside the city, many martial artists had just returned. Some were carrying the injured, some were hugging the corpses. They were all very quiet. The teacher in charge sighed softly and said in a low voice, "This time, the 2 cities are surrounding us. We must kill a portion of the martial artists in a thunderous manner, strike at their morale, and weaken their strength. Even if we have to sacrifice more, we must still fight. Fong Ping said in a muffled voice. Can we only rely on martial artists to fight head-on? After so many years, the military department hasn't developed any weapons with high destructive power? Yes, but unfortunately, we're still lacking in energy stones. The teacher in charge replied, relying on energy weapons to kill martial artists may cost more. Current energy weapons are too simple and crude. Killing a rank 3 might require 10 grams of cultivation-aiding energy stones. As for 10 grams of cultivation-aiding energy stones, it might require a few rank 3 martial artists to fight and kill to obtain them. Think about it. Would the military department dare to use them? They might as well produce more pills and weapons for everyone to use for cultivation. You've advanced from rank 3 to rank 4. Killing a rank 3 will be much easier. At the end of the day, the quality-price ratio was not high enough. Energy stones were also too scarce. Fong Ping sighed and did not say anything else. Here, they had to get used to death. Lu Finger had told them a long time ago that when martial artists died, they should not cry or grieve. If they had the ability, they should kill a few more catacombs martial artists to avenge them. If they did not have the ability, then they should endure and hold it in. They returned to the conference room again. Tang Feng had just returned, the blood stains still on his body. Glancing at everyone, Tang Feng said tiredly, "Did you bring them back?" "No, the situation at the time didn't allow it." Tang Feng was silent for a moment. "Then we'll search after we've defeated the enemy. Also, the military department allowed us to bring those rank 2 martial artists back." "Fong Ping, you can go back too." "Me?" "Yes, you can go back." "Instructor, I go back." Tang Feng said tiredly, "You're all newbies. It's your first time entering. That's enough." Fong Ping frowned. Qin Fengqing said casually, "I'm not slandering the military department. Why did the military department let them leave at this time? Could it be that they really can't defend it anymore?" "Shut up," Tang Feng scolded. After some thought, he said, "The Vice-Chancellor has decided to enter the catacombs. 3 MCMU Grandmasters have entered the catacombs. Old Lu has gone to Nanjiang. No matter what, we have to leave some seeds for MCMAU. The Vice-Chancellor has entered the catacombs." Many instructors exclaimed. Someone could not help but say, "The Vice-Chancellor, didn't he say?" The Vice-Chancellor said that it's the same whether he goes to Nanjiang or Magic City. This time, the situation is critical, so he won't wait. It's the same here. All right, let's not talk about this. Those who should go back, including Qin Fengqing and the rest of you. After blocking the first wave of attack, go back too. Qin Fengqing curled his lips. "I'm not going back. If I go back, where will the resources come from? I'll kill as many as I can." Tang Feng glared at him and scolded, "Stop talking nonsense. Students, get out." The students looked at each other and left one after another. As soon as they left, the instructor who led the team earlier frowned and said, "The Vice-Chancellor is here. Is it really that critical?" "Yes. Actually, a battle between high ranks happened last night. Sky Gate City's 14 high ranks came out in full force. This time, the Vice-Chancellor has decided to kill Sky Gate City's Tiger Battalion's Commander-in-Chief. The 3 Commander-in-Chiefs of the Tiger Battalion, Leopard Battalion, and Wolf Battalion are all rank bait. If the Vice-Chancellor can kill the Commander-in-Chief of the Tiger Battalion and a few other rank 7s, Sky Gate City will retreat without attacking. Then Sky Gate City's Lord, on his side Elder Fan, will take action. However, a rank 9 is difficult to kill. He can only be restrained. On East Sunflower City's side, the Southern Guardian is here. He will appear to stop the enemy. A few old Grandmasters have decided to kill some rank 7 and 8 martial artists this time. In addition, 2 rank 9s are rushing over to prevent people from the depths of the catacombs. This time, the Vice-Chancellor and the others want to at least cripple 2 cities in Magic City's catacombs. The powerhouses from the depths of the catacombs usually won't participate in the same rank battle. Many instructors clench their fists. "We're too weak. We can only kill them with same ranks. Otherwise, it's just 2 cities." Someone growled. Tang Feng fell silent again. After a while, he said, "It's useless to say all this now. This time, Vice Chancellor Wu wants to participate in the Rank A battle. The military department wants all our students to return at this critical moment. Among you, those who are below 50 years old will also go back with you." "I'm not going back." "Stop talking nonsense." Tang Feng frowned and shouted, "It's not up to you to decide whether to go back or not. MCMU has lost a lot of instructors now. This year, we're recruiting more new students. Don't tell me you want these students to become self-taught." "All right, that's it. I still have something to do. I'll leave first. As for the students, send a new batch away. If they're not willing, a bunch of rank 2 and 3 greenhorns. What's the use of keeping them here? If it was a small-scale battle, I would be the first to stop them from leaving. But this time, the high-rank battle is the priority. It's useless for them to stay." Chapter 254. Outside the conference room, some of Fong Ping's students went to treat their injuries, while others went back to recover their vitality. Qin Fengqing, on the other hand, was in no hurry to leave. Seeing that Fong Ping was still deep in thought, Qin Fengqing grinned. "What are you thinking about?" "No. You don't want to go back?" "I don't know." Fong Ping shook his head. He really did not know. "I'm worried that I'll die here, but I'm also afraid that when I go back, people will call me a coward. After all, I'm also a person who cares about my reputation. Teacher Wu and the others had gone to do a mission with us, but they didn't come back. They didn't even manage to get their bodies back. I should at least wait for the enemies to retreat and go look for them. Then, I thought to myself, since none of you have left, I'm leaving. I'm stronger than you, right? Isn't it said that with great power comes great responsibility? Also," Fong Ping shook his head slightly, "sometimes I feel that human nature is so complicated that even I don't understand it. I really don't want to die here. I'm too afraid of death. I still have too many things that I haven't done. If I die, how sad will my parents be? How sad will my sister be?" But now, middle-ranked martial artists were everywhere, and high-ranked ones were not uncommon either. What use was a rank 3 martial artist like him here? Sometimes I even think that when I reach the Grandmaster level, I can come back. Wouldn't that be even more effective? If I die, I won't have another chance. But you're right. If you don't fight, and I don't fight, will there still be hope for humanity when the Grandmasters arrive? Tell me, why are people so complicated? Qin Fengqing thought nothing of it and chuckled. What's there to be conflicted about? Why think so much? If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to leave, you can leave. It's not like you haven't fought or killed anyone. Whether you leave or stay, no one will say anything. As for Teacher Wu and the others, they had sacrificed themselves here. They had to give them a thumbs up and say, they didn't live their lives in vain. How do you know they'll regret it? This was not the first time they had gone on a mission. The moment they walked into the catacombs, who would not be prepared to die? Did they really think that they were here to go sightseeing and kill monsters to level up? But it was understandable. It was his first time after all. It's fine. In the future, when your friends and family die, scram. Fong Ping cursed and said angrily. You're cursing me. Qin Fengqing said lazily. Curse you? I'm not cursing you. I'm just stating the facts. Among the martial artists who had been in the catacombs for a long time, to be honest, who had not lost a friend. Take me, for example. I used to have a few friends, but now most of my missions are solo. Where did he go? Dead. This is the first time I went down to the catacombs. At the time, I came down with a team, and the team leader was a level higher than me. Now that I'm not dead, it's about time I graduated. At that time, that fellow beat and scolded me, saying that I was as stupid as a pig. Motherf asterisk her at that time. I was thinking, if you weren't one level higher than me, I wouldn't be able to kill you. In the end, great, he was really hacked to death. Before he died, he was still scolding me. Of course, I was also scolding him. Not long after he died. At that time, I was also stunned. I also felt uncomfortable. I also didn't dare to believe it. I hadn't even killed this guy to take revenge. How could he die? Anyway, at that time, she felt terrible. One moment, she wanted to avenge him. The next moment, she wanted to kill all the creatures in the catacombs. And the next moment, She wanted to never enter the catacombs again, then he got used to it. In the end, you just have to get used to it. Fong Ping's expression darkened. He said impatiently, "Are you comforting me?" Bullsh asterisk T. "Why should I comfort you?" Qin Fengqing snorted. "You're a F asterisk king rank 3 martial artist, not a child. It's not like you haven't killed people before. What's there to comfort? Overcome it yourself. I've said so much to you. Humans are indifferent to life and death. Don't think so much. I wouldn't be surprised if you die in the next moment. So, before that, shouldn't we split the benefits?" Fong Ping's expression was frighteningly dark. Qin Fengqing patted his shoulder heavily, his gaze dangerous. "You're not thinking of taking everything for yourself, are you? Kid, don't go too far. Even that bastard Wang Jinyang didn't go as far as you did. Get lost. Don't talk nonsense. Let's split the benefits. After that, you can leave or stay if you want. At most, you'll die. If I'm still alive, I'll acknowledge your parents as my godfather and godmother. That's not bad for you. Am I good enough? If you want to split it 50-50 with me, I'll marry your sister. Get lost." Fong Ping scolded with a dark expression. He humphed. "You'll die, but I won't. I've calculated it. Every time you go down to the catacombs, the death rate is about 80%. I only have 20%. So, the probability of you dying first is higher. The probability of you encountering that 20% is higher than mine. Do you believe me?" "I don't." "If you don't believe me, let's make a bet. If I die before you, I'll lose 1 billion to you. If you're dead, who am I going to collect the debt from?" "Is that so?" Qin Fengqing fell into deep thought. He said thoughtfully, "You can renege on the debt when you're dead. I can't believe I forgot." Both of them had talked about dying and dying too many times. They had become more indifferent to it. Fong Ping's mood gradually recovered. As he walked, he said, "If you want to split the benefits with me, you might not get more than what you're getting now." "What do you mean? Idiot. I'm too lazy to argue with you about splitting the benefits. You've taken 3 energy hearts. They're worth 900 credits, right? According to your 370 split, I have to get at least 2,100 credits. Do you think 3 poor commoners who didn't even get their hands on weapons have anything worth 2,100 credits?" Qin Fengqing was stunned for a moment. "Did he? On average, a rank 4 would get 700 credits. Did he? 700 credits. The other party would have to bring at least 23 grams of cultivation-aiding energy stones." Qin Fengqing suddenly thought of something. He looked up at the sky and said, "The sun is so bright. Fong Ping, I'll say goodbye now. I won't see you again." After saying that, the fellow left in a hurry. Fong Ping stood where he was and shouted, "You're the one who didn't want to split with me. Don't regret it." The next moment, Qin Fengqing returned to where he was. He said with a conflicted expression, "How much exactly? Also, I was joking about splitting the benefits. Did you take it seriously? Think about it. If it weren't for me, could you have killed 3 rank 4s? Fong Ping could not be bothered with him. "If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have been able to kill 3 rank 4s. Fong Ping did not bother him anymore. He took out his gains from his military backpack. There were 7 basic energy stones, some big and some small. A portion of them were looted by Fong Ping from the corpses. Qin Fengqing held them and judged. He said they could be exchanged for about 100 credits. Fong Ping took out a few smaller cultivation-aiding energy stones. Qin Fengqing picked them up and looked at them carefully, quickly estimating the price. About 40 grams, 1,200 credits. Plus the 100 credits just now, 1,300 credits. As soon as he calculated this, Qin Fengqing disappeared in the next second. "Let's go. Let's split it like this. Your brother Qin isn't a calculative person." Fong Ping rolled his eyes. "I knew you were going to run. It's fine. I'll keep the tab. According to the 3-7 split, I'll get at least 1,500 credits. You owe me 200 credits. That's 6 million. Plus the 4 million from before. Qin Fengqing, that's 10 million. I'll remember this clearly." "It's whatever you say." Qin Fengqing did not care at all. Did he have to pay his debts? What a joke. If he died, the debt would disappear. Who knew when he would die? Who cared how much Fong Ping said? He would not pay him back as long as he was alive. Also, where did that 4 million come from? When did he borrow money from Fong Ping? He remembered that he owed Zhang Yu millions, but he did not plan to pay it back. If Zhang Yu dared to ask for millions, he would fight him to the death. How much had the Martial Arts Society deducted from him? That bastard Zhang Yu did not seem to have given him a salary, but Fong Ping's millions. Qin Fengqing racked his brains. When did I borrow it? As soon as Qin Fengqing left, he tacitly agreed to the allocation principle. After he got the items, the system calculated his wealth. In the end, his wealth had only increased by 28 million. Before the mission, Fong Ping's wealth was slightly more than 40 million. After the increase of 28 million, it was only slightly more than 45 million. The consumption is too high. Fong Ping shook his head slightly. Although the battle had only lasted about 15 minutes, Fong Ping had not stopped to rest at all. He had used his big moves more than once or twice. He had been using them since he entered the arena until the end. This was more exhausting than killing 3 rank for martial artists. Fong Ping did not use his big moves all the time to kill rank for martial artists. However, before this, the situation was not so good. He had been besieged by so many people. Fong Ping had no choice but to maintain his big moves. After calculating, he had used up close to 23 million wealth. It was equivalent to Fong Ping replenishing 23,000 calories of vitality during the battle. It was comparable to the total consumption of all the other rank 3 martial artists. But it's about the same. I've achieved the same effect as all of them combined. After that, he had killed so many martial artists of the 3 lower ranks. Although Fong Ping did not claim credit, everyone had seen that Fong Ping had killed about half of them alone. It's a waste to keep the energy stones now. I'll see if I can sell them for something good. Thinking of this, Fong Ping turned and walked toward the military camp. The military department had a logistics department here. Besides, he was carrying out the military department's mission this time. The military department had subsidies too. At this time, the more wealth he had, the better. The military department's logistics department. Fong Ping handed over his martial arts license. Soon, the middle-aged soldier in charge of logistics smiled and said, "Just now, your team leader, Teacher Chun, came over to give a briefing about MCMU's mission. He specifically mentioned you. You performed very well. In terms of resources, the military department is preparing for war now. They can't provide you with much, but they gave you 500 military points. Also, before this, you brought back news about East Sunflower City. The military department also rewarded you with 3,000 military points." Fong Ping was stunned. He could not help but ask, "So, I have 3,500 military points now? Then, if I join the military department now, won't I at least be a commander-in-chief?" Fong Ping understood the military department's points. In the eyes of martial arts university students, martial arts university credits represented money. The military department's points represented honor and military positions. The division of military positions in the military department was actually a little complicated. However, under normal circumstances, martial arts university students would take up positions at most of the 3 levels: Commander-in-Chief, Commander-in-Chief, and General. A Commander-in-Chief's rank was not considered low. The lowest rank was usually held by a rank for martial artist. Rank 5 martial artists were not rare either. When one entered rank 6 and achieved enough battle merits, there was hope of becoming a general and overseeing a region. Above that, there were actually some ranks, but most of them were nominal. When one entered the Grandmaster realm, they were mostly fighting against the other party's powerhouses. Commanding the military was usually a high-ranked or lower mission. A Grandmaster powerhouse alone was comparable to an army. Rather than being held back by the military, it was better to fight alone. Nanjiang Zhangdingnan had promised Fong Ping that he could return to Nanjiang to be a commander-in-chief after graduation. Right now, however, Fong Ping was only a freshman. Moreover, 3,500 military points was already very high. 3,000 points and above meant that once he joined the military department, he could become a commander-in-chief directly. Yao Qingjun from before was also a commander-in-chief. If he accumulated more than 10,000 military points and had enough strength, It would mean that Fong Ping could also become a general overseeing a region. Of course, it was not easy to accumulate military points. East Sunflower City was an accident. Fong Ping had actually only accumulated 500 points. These 500 points were obtained by him and Qin Fengqing working together to kill 3 rank for martial artists and dozens of rank 3 martial artists. If it were another rank for martial artists, they might not be able to do it. To accumulate 10,000 points, Fong Ping would have to kill close to 100 middle-rank martial artists. Hearing Fong Ping's words, the officer from the logistics department laughed and said, "Of course, the military department also welcomes powerhouses like you to join the military department." If student Fong has this thought, Fong Ping coughed dryly and said, "Forget it. I don't have this thought for now. I'll think about it after I graduate." The officers from the military department were stationed in the catacombs all year round. Fong Ping was impressed, but he would definitely not be used to staying in the catacombs all year round and being restricted by military rules. Many powerhouses from the military department would also break away from the restrictions of the military in the later stages and go solo in the catacombs. Regarding this, the military department did not impose too many restrictions. Seeing that Fong Ping did not agree, the other party was not surprised. He smiled and allocated Fong Ping this time's allowance. It was really not much. 3 rank, 3 vitality pills were worth 120 credits in MCMAU. However, at this juncture, the military department's resources were limited. Moreover, what they seized belonged to them. This was different from when the military department martial artists carried out missions. Fong Ping did not say anything. He had already expected this. The 3 rank, 3 vitality pills had also increased his wealth by more than 2.5 million, pushing Fong Ping's wealth close to 50 million again. After some thought, Fong Ping took out all the energy stones he had, including the 3 vitality pills in his hand. He said, "Uncle, I have so many things. Can I exchange them for a soft armor made from the fur of a rank 6 creature?" The value of these things added together was close to 40 million. However, the officer in front of him glanced at them and smiled bitterly. "Student Fong Ping, actually, we did not kill many rank 6 creatures. Also, we really can't exchange them. According to MCMU's exchange requirements, a rank 6 creature's leather armor is worth between 500 to 10,000 credits. What about a rank 5? Last time I exchanged for a rank for leather armor, 500 credits. A rank 5 one shouldn't be that expensive, right?" Fong Ping understood the price of a rank 6. According to the human situation, rank 6 creatures were almost golden. A rank 5 usually costs around 1,000 to 3,000 credits. Glancing at the things Fong Ping had placed on the table, the middle-aged officer thought for a moment and said, "I can only exchange you for an early-stage rank 5 creature's leather armor." Fong Ping was a little hesitant. He gritted his teeth and suddenly took off his tattered jacket and the inner armor that was slightly damaged inside. He put them on the table together and said, "Can I exchange for a middle-stage rank 5-1? This inner armor is a little damaged, but it can still be used after some repairs." After saying that, Fong Ping thought of something again. He took out a pair of gloves from his military backpack and said, "These are the boxing gloves made from C-grade alloy and the fur of a catacombs creature. I haven't used them before. I'm about to enter peak rank 3, so I'm not used to using these. All of them added together can be exchanged for a middle-stage rank 5 creature's leather armor. Isn't that enough?" The officer looked at them for a while and calculated for a while. Finally, he nodded and said, "Yes, but the energy stones are actually very helpful for your cultivation." Student Fong Ping, are you sure you want to exchange for the leather armor? "Yes, I'm sure." Fong Ping nodded. He now had a lot of old wounds on his body. Many of them were caused by his leather armor being pierced. This made Fong Ping very sad. Scars were the embodiment of a man's battle achievements. However, these scars were very difficult to remove before reaching peak rank 6. It would affect the feel of the armor. Seeing that Fong Ping was determined to exchange, the officer no longer had any objections. At this juncture, exchanging the energy stones and pills used for cultivation in exchange for leather armor, it had to be said that Fong Ping was in the minority among the minority. Actually, very few martial artists would do this. A few minutes later, Fong Ping received a soft armor. It was more like a military vest. It had no sleeves. A martial artist's arms were not usually vital points. Penetrating injuries to the internal organs were. Fong Ping was quite satisfied. He tested the feel of it. He wanted to stab it with a knife to test it out, but he was afraid that it would pierce through, so he could not bring himself to do so. With the soft armor in hand, Fong Ping's wealth actually increased a little, officially reaching 50 million. According to the officer, this soft armor would cost close to 2,000 credits to exchange for at MCMAU. After a simple calculation, Fong Ping felt that he was really quite extravagant now. Other things aside, a saber and a soft armor were worth more than 100 million. Among rank 3 martial artists, there were probably not many who were more extravagant than him. Quickly putting on the soft armor, Fong Ping walked out of the logistics department, muttering, "This time, I've gained a lot from entering the catacombs." His wealth had decreased a little, from 80 million to 50 million. However, his bone marrow was mostly honed, and his equipment had been upgraded. In terms of combat techniques, there was still a lot of improvement. Fong Ping felt that his Manic Explosion's 5 consecutive slashes should be completed soon. Even now, his familiarity with combat techniques was much stronger than before. It was very difficult to improve combat techniques purely by relying on pointers. Only through actual combat could he discover his shortcomings. Peak rank 3 should be soon. The difference between upper stage rank 3 and peak rank 3 was in physique, vitality, and integration. Fong Ping's physique and vitality had actually reached the standard a long time ago. Now, as long as he melted them into one, he would be a peak rank 3 martial artist. This is still a matter of gathering strength. What Qin Fengqing said before was also the situation of peak rank 3. Now, I've roughly understood this. Peak rank 3 should be about there. When he walked back to the residential area, he saw someone packing things. Fong Ping's footsteps slowed slightly. Should I go back? Chapter 255. Fong Ping, you're back. Pack your things. Teacher Zheng asked us to meet at the passageway later. Seeing that Fong Ping had returned, Fu Chanding immediately said. Fong Ping did not say anything. He leaned on the bed, causing the bed to creak. When the others had packed their things and were ready to go out, Fu Chanding saw that Fong Ping was still leaning on the bed. He whispered, "Are your injuries serious?" "No, they're all superficial wounds." Fong Ping shook his head and exhaled. "You guys go first. Then you. I'll rest for a while. Then hurry up, Fong Ping. Actually, I know what you're thinking, but we're really too weak now. We can't even go down the city wall. If these rank 2 martial artists fought and went down the city wall, they would die." "Yes, I know. You guys go first. Then come over early." After everyone left, Fong Ping muttered, "I'm an upper stage rank 3 martial artist. I'm much stronger than the average peak rank 3. Even rank for martial artists might not be my match. You guys can leave. But what about me?" Upper stage rank 3 and martial artists below were 2 different concepts. If I were rank 2, I'd go too. I'll just die here for nothing. But I'm not. Fong Ping lay on the bed, staring at the old ceiling in a daze. Half an hour later, the passageway square. Zheng Longjiang counted the people and frowned slightly. Fong Ping isn't back yet? He's back. He's at the dormitory. Where is he? Didn't we say to gather here? Fu Chanding shook his head and thought for a while. He probably doesn't want to go back. Doesn't want to go back? Zheng Longjiang was slightly stunned. Was that kid Fong Ping so brave? After thinking for a while, Zheng Longjiang said, "You guys wait here for a while." After saying this, Zheng Longjiang turned and walked toward the district. In the dormitory, Lu Fengru looked down at Fong Ping, who was lying on the bed, and said calmly, "Why aren't you leaving?" "I'm short of money." Lu Fengru frowned. Fong Ping sighed. "I'll take a gamble. Otherwise, I won't have money to break through rank 4. It's not that easy to break through rank 4 outside. Now that the war has started, I'll take advantage of it and get some benefits first. You will die. If I'm stuck at rank 3, I'll die sooner or later. Why don't you give me 18 billion, instructor?" or you can entrust me with all your belongings. I'll go out and help you look after your family business. Are you cursing me to die?" Fong Ping put on a long face and shook his head. "Teacher, I didn't say that. What are you thinking? I'll help you take care of your family business. What are you thinking? Just focus on breaking through to Grandmaster. Don't worry about these trivial matters. It's up to you. Be careful." After saying this, Lu Fengru turned around and left. She had just left when Zheng Longjiang arrived. Fong Ping saw him and said, "My instructor asked me to stay behind to gain experience and break through to rank in preparation for taking charge of MCMAU." Zheng Longjiang suddenly stopped in his tracks. After a while, the corners of his mouth twitched. "Then you'll have to wait until we're all dead." Fong Ping laughed dryly. "That won't do. If they're all dead, wouldn't MCMU be an empty shell? Why would I still be in charge of MCMU then?" "You brat, be careful." Zheng Longjiang did not try to persuade her. He had seen Lu Fengru too. More than an hour later, Fong Ping ate some half-cooked meat in the cafeteria and walked out. At this moment, the army could be seen everywhere in Hope City. Martial artists were also in a hurry. Some went to the North Gate, while others went to the East Gate. In the sky above Hope City, a powerhouse flew in the air and shouted, "Non-military department martial artists, middle-ranked, report to the operations department and get assigned missions. Lower-rank martial artists, report to each city gate and get assigned missions." Fong Ping thought for a while and went to the North Gate. At this moment, the North Gate was overcrowded. On both sides of the city gate, military officers shouted, "Line up and wait for the assignment." Martial artists were very efficient. Fong Ping lined up on one side, and it was his turn very soon. "Do you have your martial arts license?" "Yes." Fong Ping handed over his martial arts license. The other party glanced at it and asked, "What's the level of rank 3? Fong Ping. That sounds familiar," the military officer in charge of assigning missions murmured. However, there were still many people, so he did not think too much and asked immediately, "What's the level of rank 3? "Upper stage." "Then you go to the East Gate to participate in defense, not fighting in the field?" "Right now, only middle-rank martial artists go out of the city to fight. Go, don't waste time." Fong Ping did not ask any more questions and walked toward the East Gate. Half an hour later, Fong Ping was arranged to go to the East Gate city wall. He was not alone. There were more than 10 people here, all rank 3 martial artists. The one in charge of leading them was also a military officer. Judging by his rank, he was a master commandant, and his strength was at peak rank 3. Leading the assigned manpower, the military officer led a few people forward. When they walked to a place that looked like a fort, Fong Ping saw Hope City's defensive weapon for the first time. It was a large ballista forged from alloy. The leading master commandant said loudly, "Everyone, we only have one mission. Guard this ballista and attach vitality to the bolts." Although upper stage rank 3 martial artists can't release their vitality from their bodies, they can attach vitality to their weapons. All of you take turns to attach vitality to the ballista. I'll be responsible for shooting the martial artists who fly in the air outside the city. Fong Ping heard that and asked quickly, "Can it be done?" Martial artists who fly in the air are usually rank 5. Can they shoot a rank 5? Yes. Of course, the probability is very low, but it's possible to kill a rank 4. The prerequisite is that you have enough vitality. We're all rank 3. One person's ability is limited, but 10 rank 3s, divided into 2 shifts, attach vitality to the bolts. With 5 people working together, we can still kill them. Fong Ping looked around and saw that there was a ballista on the city wall every few dozen meters. Other than the ballista, there was also a launcher similar to a rocket launcher. "What's that?" "Energy cannon." The master commandant saw him looking over and explained, "Energy ores can explode, but it's best not to count on that." The master commandant smiled bitterly. "The consumption is too high. We can't afford to fight a battle like this. Everyone knows how precious energy ores are. One shot will consume millions. Unless it's the last resort, Sino Nation can't afford to fight a war of attrition like this. Also, martial artists are in charge. We have to be careful that the enemy powerhouses receive the projectile and reflect it back. The explosive power of this thing is not small, but it's not as practical as the ballista. Fong Ping nodded slightly. Someone in the team chuckled. Little brother, is this your first time seeing this? Yes. When the enemy comes, we'll show you how a rank 3 kills a rank 4. Does Skygate City really think they can take down Hope City? In terms of powerhouses, we don't have enough manpower, so we may not have the upper hand. In terms of equipment, we're still better than them, the Master Commandant laughed. We're more likely to face the East Sunflower military. As he said that, the Master Commandant continued. This time, the military department's goal is to cripple the enemy's army, to make East Sunflower City afraid and regret, to let them know that attacking Hope City was their biggest mistake. At all costs, the enemy is still 60 li away from us. If they're quick, they'll arrive this afternoon. If they're slow, they'll arrive tomorrow. Although we rank 3 martial artists can't participate in the battle between powerhouses, we can't embarrass humanity. Fong Ping nodded absent-mindedly. The situation had deteriorated to the point that rank 3 martial artists could not participate in the battle outside the city. Clearly, it was not as easy as the Master Commandant said. Meanwhile, the military department's war room. A few elderly people were either standing or sitting. MCMEU's old vice-chancellor was among them. In the middle of the crowd, a middle-aged man in a military uniform said after a long silence, "Seniors, the situation hasn't deteriorated to this point yet." Before he finished speaking, a white-haired old man frowned and said, "Why do you have so much nonsense to say? Do we need you to remind us? Now, does the government mean to attack one city first, or to fight both cities? If you ask me, we should attack one city with all our might. Skygate City and our hatred is as deep as the sea. This time, the few of us should focus on attacking Skygate City. Old Bai and Old Zhang are rank 8. Both of you are responsible for killing 2 of the 3 chief commanders. The few of us will kill the other rank 7s. Kill as many as we can and destroy Skygate City completely." An emaciated old man sitting next to him shook his head and said, "My opinion is to kill those guys from East Sunflower City. Skygate City has been fighting us for so many years, we know them inside out. Leaving Skygate City behind is beneficial to us. On the other hand, if we really destroy Skygate City, then I'm afraid we'll have to face the unfamiliar East Sunflower City next. Are we supposed to let go of all these years of hatred? Before I die, I just want to kill a few Skygate City bastards." "Who are you talking to? Your old man isn't even as old as I am. Young people nowadays..." The white-haired old man with a sturdy build looked embarrassed. "I'm almost 100 years old. Is it appropriate for you to call me a young person?" The few old men talked for a while. Finally, the old vice-chancellor, who had been silent all this while, said, "Kill Skygate City's high ranks. We don't know much about East Sunflower City, so we don't have much confidence. Can we kill them in our first encounter? As for Skygate City, we know them inside out. We're still confident in killing them." The emaciated old man shook his head and said, "It's precisely because we don't know them inside out that we're confident. Skygate City has been fighting us for so many years that they're now on their guard." The few of them talked back and forth, but for the time being, they could not come to a consensus. At this moment, a tall middle-aged man with a square face and thick eyebrows came in from outside the door. As soon as he entered, the middle-aged man in military uniform said hurriedly, "Guardian Wu." The square-faced man nodded slightly. He looked at the few old men and bowed deeply without saying a word. The few old men smiled and returned the greeting. "Old Bai, Old Wang." The square-faced man stood up and greeted the few old men one by one. Finally, he looked at MCMU's vice-chancellor, his glasses slightly red. "Instructor." The old vice-chancellor chuckled. "You're already a rank 9 high grandmaster. Why, do you still want to cry?" "No, and I won't. 30 years ago, I told myself that I'll only bleed and not cry in this lifetime." Although the square-faced man said this, his eyes were filled with tears. The government and the military department mean to kill the Sky Gate City powerhouses. Even if we're facing East Sunflower City next, we have to lengthen the battle line. Now, the two cities are too close. Seniors, it's our incompetence. The square-faced man bowed again, his eyes filled with tears. Have a safe journey. In this lifetime, I'll level the catacombs. The old vice-chancellor chuckled. He stood up and said, "That's enough. You're making me feel uncomfortable. A bunch of old men won't live long. Sooner or later, they'll all die. If we don't make a move now, in 2 years, I'm afraid we won't be able to fight anymore. Instructor, all right, go and do your thing. Since we've decided on the target, it'll be Sky Gate City. Let's discuss this. Remember to stop that guy. If a rank 9 comes, us old men won't be able to stop him." "Definitely. Go then." Soon it was afternoon. Before the energy sun disappeared, in Fongping and the rest's line of sight, an army appeared majestically. At the same time, at the north gate, Sky Gate City's army was approaching. Woo woo woo, a hurried and loud bugle call rang out. Fongping and the rest perked up immediately, looking at the army in the distance. They were less than 5 li away from Hope City. The leading master commandant took a deep breath and said in a low voice, "Prepare for battle." Fongping and the other 4 immediately touched the alloy crossbow bolts, ready to apply vitality. However, the army opposite them quickly stopped and did not move forward. At this moment, a powerhouse opposite them floated in the air, emitting strong energy waves. A high-ranked powerhouse. Meanwhile, in Hope City, more than 10 powerful energy particle waves rose up instantly. Then, Fongping saw powerhouses hovering in midair. In the air, the few old men were no longer hunched. They stood ramrod straight. The old vice-chancellor was all smiles. He looked at the other old men and chuckled. "Old buddies, don't drop the ball. Just mind your own business." Someone snorted. The old vice-chancellor did not refute. He smiled and said, "Shall we go then? You talk too much." In the next moment, the few old men flew toward the north. Many silhouettes flew out from Sky Gate City in the north. Both sides avoided the army and flew into the distance. Before the two armies started fighting, they heard a deafening roar coming from afar. Waves of extremely strong energy waves came from afar. The battle in the catacombs was much faster than Fongping had imagined. In the next moment, Fongping saw almost 1,000 silhouettes flying down from the city wall. He saw Tang Feng, Lu Fengru, and many familiar instructors kill. A series of roars could be heard. Fongping saw that these middle-ranked powerhouses were soon engaged in battle with the middle-ranked powerhouses who had also charged out from the opposite side. Both sides deliberately deviated from the main battlefield, killing to the side. Seeing Fongping staring ahead, the leading master commandant said in a low voice, "The middle-ranked and high-ranked powerhouses have their own battlefield. We need to face a large number of ordinary soldiers and martial artists in the 3 lower ranks, as well as some middle-ranked martial artists. Of course, we also have middle-ranked martial artists on guard here." As soon as he finished speaking, outside the city, countless catacombs martial artists pushed metal shield cars that shone with a dim light toward the city wall. This was the first time Fongping knew that the other party had a shield car. Other than the metal shield cars, Fongping also saw the rush cars and the scaling ladders. Under the martial artists' push, the catacombs army was extremely efficient. Fongping was ready to make a move. The master commandant said calmly, "Our target is not them. Middle-ranked martial artists will appear soon. Our target is them. Remember, when we reach the city wall, there will be some middle-ranked martial artists mixed in with the army. They will jump over the wall and attack. Don't worry about them. There will be people to face the enemy." Fongping nodded quickly. The others did not panic. One of them even took out a cigarette and held an energy stone in his hand. It released a flame-like glow and lit the cigarette. Fongping only saw smoke. He did not see any sparks. He was dumbfounded. Let's be extravagant and enjoy for a while. Smoking gives me energy. Even my vitality is strong. Chapter 256. Charge! On the city wall, following the master commandant's shout, Fong Ping and the others began to condense their vitality, imbuing the crossbow with vitality force. After waiting for a moment, the master commandant roared. The blood-colored crossbow shot out instantly, piercing through an officer in full armor. Huff! The people around Fong Ping panted heavily. The master commandant shook his head. Not a middle-ranked. At this moment, the enemy was already at the city wall. Everyone imbued their vitality dozens of times, but they only managed to kill one powerhouse who was hovering in the air. The East Sunflower Army was prepared. The powerhouses hovered in the air, carrying their giant shields. After many rounds of shooting, they did not kill many people. Fong Ping frowned. A middle-ranked martial artist was fighting the enemy powerhouse who had jumped over the wall just a few meters in front of him. Fong Ping looked at the master commandant, eager to make a move. The master commandant shook his head. Our mission is to be in charge of the bed crossbows. But do you still have vitality? The master commandant smiled bitterly. It was not that he did not want to help, but most of the people who had jumped over the wall were middle-ranked martial artists. Their vitality had been depleted. If they went up now, they would only add to the chaos and die. Fong Ping nodded seriously. Yes. Also, I've killed many middle-ranked martial artists. I can kill them. Everyone looked at him. Fong Ping took a deep breath. I won't disturb you if I kill the enemy now, will I? Little brother, the middle-aged martial artist who lit the cigarette earlier frowned slightly. Don't go to your death. Even if you die, make it worthwhile. It's true. I'm Fong Ping. Do you know Fong Ping? I've killed a rank 5 genius. Fong Ping grinned. He mumbled to himself, I'm afraid of death, but when I see the martial artists in front of me risking their lives and splattering their blood on the wall, I don't think I have the right to be afraid of death. Fong Ping. Only then did everyone know his name. The master commandant's eyes lit up. MCMU's Fong Ping? That's me. Fong Ping smiled. Then I'll go. He said so much because he had to obey military orders during wartime. If the master commandant did not say anything, he would be going against military orders if he left. The master commandant did not hesitate. He said immediately, You go. Our vitality has recovered. We'll go help you immediately. All right. Fong Ping moved his feet. In the next moment, he appeared in front of an upper stage rank 3 martial artist who had just jumped onto the city wall. With a roar, a blood-red glow flashed on his saber, and he cleaved his opponent in half. Among the people behind him, the middle-aged cultivator panted and laughed. Damn it, genius cultivators are indeed different. We are still old. However, when my chi and blood recover a little, I will also kill them with one saber strike. Shut up. You can kill a rank 1 with 1 slash. The few of them, who had exhausted most of their vitality, chatted cheerfully, not minding the battle that was taking place right in front of them. Looking out of the city, the master commandant sighed softly. The East Sunflower Army's morale is high. It's going to be tough this time. What's there to be afraid of? Just kill them. I'm scared. I'm not afraid. I'm just worried about Hope City. The commandant shook his head. What am I afraid of? In his heart, however, he was puzzled. Why hadn't the general started deploying his troops? Northgate. Sumafu did not say a word. He kept staring in the northwest direction. Their waves of extremely powerful energy were overflowing. Definitely, he muttered in his heart. Beside him, another powerhouse was also staring in the northwest direction, murmuring, When will the seniors return? Return, Sumafu murmured. He stared at the northwest direction for a long time before saying slowly, They will return. Northwest. The Grandmasters were fighting the Sky Gate City powerhouses alone. The old vice-chancellor was panting violently. His body was covered in blood. More than 10 meters away, a Sky Gate City powerhouse was floating in the air with a cold expression, looking down at the old man in front of him who he had almost killed many years ago. #yen asterisk. No one knew if the old vice-chancellor understood. He panted and laughed. You're saying that I'm not as good as you? That I was almost killed by you back then? Little bastard, if you didn't gang up on me back then, Do you think you'd be my match? The old vice-chancellor swore, panting. Wait a little longer. Don't worry, don't run this time. The Sky Gate City powerhouse, who was floating in the air, did not say another word. In a flash, he appeared above the old man's head. The next moment, a ferocious tiger monster materialized in the air, opening its mouth to bite the old vice-chancellor. I've been waiting for you. The old vice-chancellor's eyes were bright, and his body suddenly emitted a rich blood-red glow. Above his head, a blood-red blade appeared instantly. The blood-red blade seemed to be absorbing energy. The old vice-chancellor's already damaged golden body suddenly collapsed, and waves of rich energy particles were absorbed by the blood-red blade. Everything happened in the blink of an eye. The Sky Gate City powerhouse's expression changed drastically, and he shouted angrily, "What golden body? Killing you is good stuff." The old vice-chancellor laughed loudly. Then, the blood-red blade instantly pierced through the air, slicing the ferocious tiger in half. The next moment, the blood-red blade slashed down from above the Sky Gate City powerhouse's head. His opponent's spirit had left his body, and his golden body could be destroyed. The blood-red blade condensed all of the old vice-chancellor's essence, spirit, including the imperishable substance. At that moment, its speed was so fast that it could not be seen by the naked eye. Roar! The Sky Gate City powerhouse roared like a wild beast, raising his fist and punching the blood-red blade. Boom! A deafening explosion reverberated between heaven and earth. Go to hell! The illusory golden body of the old vice-chancellor also roared, and the blood-red blade instantly exploded. Rumble! An explosion 10 times stronger than before rang out. The land within a radius of thousands of meters instantly disappeared, turning into nothingness. A large black crater formed in the ground. I really want to go back and take a look. A murmur rang out in the air. No one could be seen in midair. On the other side, the gaunt old man chuckled. He left faster than me. Little fellow, you're really anxious. The Sky Gate City powerhouse opposite him sensed that his Tiger Army's commander's spirit had been obliterated. His expression changed instantly, and he turned to flee. Why are you running? The gaunt old man laughed loudly. The next moment, just like the old vice-chancellor, his physical body began to collapse, and all the energy was absorbed by the blood-red blade above his head. In an instant, the blood-red blade split a giant golden beast in the air. The blood-red blade instantly descended on the other party's head, and without any hesitation, an intense blood-red light erupted the next moment. If you don't die from this, consider yourself lucky. The gaunt old man's body continued to collapse. When the deafening sound rang out, the entire world fell silent. A few seconds later, a subtle spiritual wave shook the air. I'll be leaving first. I hope I died just like that. He didn't live as long as I did. At the same time, on the other side, an old man laughed out loud. He laughed as if there was no one else around, and he was extremely happy. I thought that a rank 8 could live longer than me. Now it seems that there's no hope for him to surpass me. As for the little fellow from MCMAU, he lived for 80 years. How weak! I'm coming too. The old man laughed maniacally. His mentality condensed into a blood-red blade as well, but it was no longer to obliterate the other party's body. Instead, it swiftly slashed a giant beast in the air. Motherf asterisk Kerr, a rank 7 is weak. I don't have a golden body to explode. The old man roared. Suddenly, he hammered his body violently. His internal organs vaporized instantly, turning into streams of pure energy that shot into the blood-red blade. The blood-red color on the blood-red blade intensified. The old man laughed again, but no more sounds came out. The blood-red blade exploded instantly, blasting the giant beast into nothingness. Boom! A series of deafening sounds came from the northwest. Fong Ping and the East Sunflower City martial artists who were fighting were stunned for a moment. The strong energy waves that they could sense earlier were disappearing one by one. As if they knew something, the East Sunflower City martial artists' expressions changed drastically. Fong Ping's expression changed too. The energy waves had disappeared. What did this mean? Even if he was not a grandmaster, he knew that if the other party had not suddenly restrained all his energy, he would have died in battle. However, in a great battle, who would restrain their energy and wait for death? Vice-Chancellor Fong Ping gritted his teeth. He could not care less about these things. With a roar, his saber slashed continuously. 5 slashes were unleashed simultaneously. Boom! The rank for martial artist opposite him was instantly killed on the spot. Manic explosion had finally broken through to 5 consecutive slashes. However, Fong Ping was not overjoyed. The next moment, Su Mafu's voice came from the north gate. Get out of the city. Kill. Before this, the city still had a large number of active forces. At this moment, the city gate suddenly opened. A group of heavily armored cavalry charged at the front. Behind them, countless ordinary soldiers and military martial artists rushed out of the city gate and began to attack the besieging troops. In the catacombs, the commander-in-chief of Hope City was not a grandmaster. However, in the catacomb cities, a high rank was the commander-in-chief of the army. When some powerhouses sensed the disappearance of the energy waves, some of the generals of the Sky Gate Army and the East Sunflower City Army turned pale. Then, they roared madly and shouted the evacuation signal. East Gate. When Su Mafu's voice came, Fong Ping jumped off the city wall and began to chase after the retreating East Sunflower City martial artists. Under the outburst of 5 consecutive slashes, even rank for martial artists could be killed with 1 slash. Among the pursuing crowd, Fong Ping vaguely saw Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing was bathed in blood, roaring in grief and anger. Fong Ping was not familiar with MCMEU's old vice-chancellor. He had only seen him a few times. However, Qin Fengqing had seen him many times. Not only had he seen him before, when he sensed the disappearance of the powerful energy waves, Qin Fengqing instantly knew what had happened. Some of the grandmasters who had participated in the battle had died in battle. Kill. At the East Gate, the battle was not that intense. At the North Gate, the heavily armored cavalry charged and broke through the enemy lines, disrupting the Sky Gate Army's formation. At this moment, no high-ranked powerhouses returned to help. The middle-ranked powerhouses were also pinned down in the distance. A large number of ordinary soldiers and low-ranked martial artists were killed by the troops at the back. A large number of high-ranked powerhouses had died in battle. Clearly, it was beyond everyone's expectations. East Sunflower City and Skygate City kept retreating. A large number of middle-ranked martial artists had also returned to the camp and began to cover the army's retreat. In the distance, an even more intense energy wave was transmitted. It was so intense that everyone felt the pressure. Rank 9 powerhouses were fighting in a frenzy. At Sky Gate City's side, Fong Ping could even clearly feel an extremely frenzied wave of anger. It was coming from the Sky Gate City Lord. Deafening noises could be heard continuously from the void. The human powerhouses were also fighting, blocking the enemy, not giving the other party a chance to return to help. The chase went on for more than an hour. Fong Ping could not remember how many people he had killed. There were ordinary people, martial artists of the 3 lower ranks, and rank for martial artists. He had even encountered a rank 5 martial artist, but he was intercepted by his own rank 5 powerhouses. After chasing for 20 li outside the city, a powerhouse levitated in the air and roared, "Clean up the battlefield and return to the city quickly." The soldiers began to clean up the battlefield one after another, moving their comrades' corpses. The martial artists stood guard outside the perimeter. No one wanted to fight. Qin Fengqing. Fong Ping panted and found Qin Fengqing, whose chest was still bleeding profusely. Qin Fengqing said nothing. Just now, at this moment, Qin Fengqing turned his head to look at Fong Ping. His voice was hoarse. "You didn't leave?" "Yes." Fong Ping's expression changed. He asked again, "Just now, was it?" "I don't know." Qin Fengqing replied impatiently. Then he ignored Fong Ping. Fong Ping did not ask anymore. After waiting for a while, the team began to retreat. The ground was full of the enemy's corpses. After chasing for more than an hour, they walked for more than 2 hours to return to the city. At this moment, the sky was already dark. At the city gate, it was bright. The huge energy lamp illuminated Hope City. Fong Ping and the other non-military department martial artists were ordered to go back and rest. The military department martial artists continued to stand guard. Fong Ping did not return to the dormitory. There was no one there now. He walked with Qin Fengqing, saying as he walked, "Take care of your injuries. You're so annoying." Qin Fengqing's face was pale. He roared impatiently. Fong Ping fell silent again. When they returned to Qin Fengqing's residence, a few students had returned. As for those who did not return, it meant that they could not return. Everyone looked at each other. No one said anything. They found a place to sit down and catch their breath. It was exceptionally quiet. North City Gate. Square-faced guardian Wu fell from the sky and staggered. Su Mafu, who had been standing still, suddenly came to his senses. He asked hurriedly, "Guardian Wu, where are Old Bai and the others?" Square-faced shook his head slightly. Then he said in a low voice, "Go do what you need to do. Even if East Sunflower City retreated, Skygate City will not let it go. We killed 7 of them in this battle and lost half of their high ranks. Skygate City will not let this go." Su Mafu gritted his teeth. "Then we'll destroy them completely. No, I can feel it. There are powerhouses in the other 11 cities demonstrating their might." "Bastard," Su Mafu cursed. Square-faced ignored him. He turned to look at the others on the city wall. After a while, he said, "You will get what you ask for. In this life of the instructors, their greatest regret is not being able to pacify the catacombs. Everyone, let's work together." Lu Fengru suddenly sneered. She turned and walked away. Her sobbing voice was heard. "It's good that the old man is dead. When he's alive, he only knows how to persuade me to look on the bright side. When he's dead, he can't even look on the bright side. What right does he have to persuade me? He died in the catacombs without a corpse left. What kind of bullshit asterisk T golden body powerhouse is he? So what if he's a rank 8? So what if he's a rank 9? He's still dead." Her voice gradually faded away. Everyone was silent. "Pack up. We're going back." In the middle of the night, Tang Feng's face was as white as snow. He stepped into the house and saw Fong Ping, but he did not say anything. Qin Fengqing jumped up suddenly. He gritted his teeth and said, "Vice-Chancellor is dead?" "Yes." "Bastard." Qin Fengqing punched the wall and roared. "Why did the Vice-Chancellor and the others have to risk their lives? Are all the rank 9 martial artists dead?" "Shut up. I'm not convinced. What about more than 30 rank 9 martial artists? They're all dead." Qin Fengqing roared. The Vice-Chancellor was already heavily injured. Why did he have to fight? Tang Feng's expression was ice-cold. He said coldly, "If you talk nonsense again, I'll kill you." Qin Fengqing glared at him hatefully. Suddenly, tears streamed down his face. He lowered his head and said nothing. Everyone fell silent. After a while, Tang Feng said softly, "Pack up. We're going back." "I'll say it one more time. Pack up. We're going back." Seeing that everyone was not moving, Tang Feng roared angrily and kicked the bed in front of him into pieces. Among the crowd, some people started to get up and pack up. Fong Ping had brought some clothes with him when he came to the catacombs. He threw them aside and was not in the mood to pack up. After everyone had packed up, Tang Feng let everyone out. Qin Fengqing followed quietly. When they reached the passageway entrance, Tang Feng suddenly said, "Go back and cultivate well. You're not allowed to enter the catacombs for the next few months." Fong Ping turned his head to look at him. He asked, "What about you guys?" "It's none of your business." Tang Feng chided. He frowned and said, "Go in." Chapter 257. The moment he walked out of the energy channel, many people in the team choked silently. The principal had died in battle. Many instructors had also died in battle in the catacombs. Some of their classmates and companions had also remained in the catacombs forever. Initially, There were close to 20 upper stage rank 3 students and above. After one mission and one city defense mission, only 15 of them returned. Outside the alloy house, the 2 guards at the door became one, and Scarface disappeared. That day, the person who said that he would demolish the alloy house with Fong Ping when the catacombs were pacified was no longer around. Fong Ping seemed to have thought of something. He looked at the other gatekeeper who was distracted and said softly, "Uncle Scar, he said he's going to catch some catacombs girls." The somewhat lonely gatekeeper chuckled and said, "That fellow is always thinking about capturing a catacombs girl to train. Now he's finally satisfied." Fong Ping did not know if Scarface had entered the catacombs or if he had died in the catacombs, but he did not ask further. Too many people had died in the past few days. Everyone made way for the passageway. Outside, there was still an endless stream of martial artists entering. However, there were no longer inferior-grade martial artists. They were all medial-grade martial artists. The moment he walked out of the ground, an expert in the air chanted loudly, "Let's go." Last year, on this day in this sect, the human face and peach blossoms reflected each other. The human face was nowhere to be seen, but the peach blossoms were still smiling in the spring breeze. Fong Ping did not know who the powerhouse was mourning for. Relatives? Lover? They were the grandmasters who had died in battle. When those old, frail, and injured grandmasters stepped into the catacombs, everyone knew that they would not be able to return. Grandmaster, stepping out of the military camp, Fong Ping mumbled to himself. Was this what a grandmaster was like? McMao. The moment Fong Ping and the others stepped into MCMAU, dozens of instructors and students from the special training classes were waiting at the entrance. A silent martial arts salute was given to Fong Ping and the others with the highest form of courtesy. Everyone straightened their backs and returned the greeting. The leader was the dean of the School of Social Sciences. Of the 4 high grandmasters, 3 were in the catacombs and 1 was in Nanjiang. At the moment, MCMAU had no grandmasters. Out of the 4 deans, 3 of them had entered the catacombs. Only Dean Shinjinhua from the School of Social Sciences was left behind to guard the place. The principal and the others. In the group, the students silently shed tears. Someone said with tears in his eyes, "The principal has died in battle." Instructor Wu Jiangping, Instructor Lan Yuru, Instructor Zhou Heron all died in the catacombs. Shinjinhua's face seemed to have paled a lot. In the crowd, someone choked with sobs. "It's good that you're back. It's good that you're back," Shinjinhua murmured. He turned around and said, "Go back and have a good rest. Take good care of your wounds. Be well, be well." The moment he stepped away, the old man's tears fell like rain. He already knew it and should have been mentally prepared. However, 60 years... The old vice-chancellor who had taken good care of MCMAU for 60 years had left without a trace. How could he bear to see him go? The downfall of the demon warriors, the downfall of mankind. On this day, the entire MCMAU was shrouded in sorrow. On this day, when the news spread from the catacombs, everyone who knew the truth was grieving. 7 high grandmasters had died in the catacombs. He had killed the 7 powerhouses of Sky Gate City, but not even their bones remained. He had fought in the catacombs, died in the catacombs, and was buried in the catacombs. Fong Ping refused to go to the infirmary. He had only suffered superficial wounds. The moment he came out of the catacombs, all he wanted was a good sleep. He wanted to forget about the catacombs, forget about the humans who were still fighting there, forget about his compatriots who had died in battle. He could not wait until the war was over to retrieve the corpses of his instructors and classmates. He did not even have the right to participate in the final battle. There was no other reason. He was too weak. Even if he could kill a rank 4, he was still too weak. In the catacombs, even grandmasters would die in battle. He was just a small rank 3. What right did he have to say that he wanted to stay? In less than 10 days, Fong Ping felt that he had gone through the longest period of his life. The MCMAU students could leave because many people thought that these martial arts students were the seeds of grandmasters among mankind. That was why they left these seeds for MCMAU. What about the martial artists from the military department? What about the normal people? Fong Ping did not cultivate. He fell asleep immediately, not caring about the sourness and smell of blood all over his body. He had forgotten about the catacombs. Sadness was the right of the weak. He did not need to be sad. In the future, he would become stronger and pacify the catacombs. That would be the best sacrifice. When Fong Ping woke up, he did not feel refreshed. Instead, he felt sore all over. The morning sun shone into the room. For the first time, Fong Ping felt that the sun was so beautiful. He sat up on the bed and walked to the window. Outside the window, birds sang and flowers bloomed. It was like a paradise. It's like a dream, Fong Ping mumbled to himself. Downstairs, there were students doing their morning exercises. When Fong Ping stood by the window, someone saw him and quickly shouted, "President! Good morning, President! President is back!" These people from the Ping Yuan Club were not strong. They did not know about the catacombs. They only knew that many people from the university were out on missions. They did not know that in a place they did not know, 7 Grandmaster powerhouses had died in battle in a day. The government did not announce this to the public, at least not at this time. When ordinary people found out that 7 Grandmasters had died in battle in Sino Nation, how terrified would they be? In many people's eyes, Grandmasters were like God, the symbol of invincibility. Only when the next day, when everyone knew about the catacombs, would the people who had died in battle in the catacombs be known. However, when that time came, other than the names of unfamiliar people, what else would be left behind? The pitiful bones by the unfixed river were like the dreams of a young lady. The humans who guarded the catacombs were the noblest, but also the lowliest. Fong Ping was slightly absent-minded. He nodded lightly toward the downstairs. After washing up, he changed into a new set of clothes. He cleaned up neatly and walked out of the dormitory. Fong Ping was slightly at a loss. What should he do now? After thinking about it, Fong Ping strode toward the logistics department. In the huge MCMEU, it seemed like the only instructor he was familiar with was Old Manly. The logistics department was getting more and more deserted. The seniors had graduated, and the new students had not arrived yet. Most of the instructors had gone to the catacombs. The rank 3 students were either recuperating or cultivating. The rank 1 and 2 martial artists were on summer break, and some of them had already left. In the huge MCMEU, there were not many people in school at this time. Old Man Lee was still there. The old man did not smoke his tobacco. He had gotten a pot of peanuts from somewhere and was drinking it. When he saw Fong Ping, Old Man Lee raised his head and glanced at him. He chuckled. "Want a drink?" Instructor, Old Man Lee did not wait for him to finish. He said self-deprecatingly, "They all went to the catacombs, but I didn't. Today's K. The Vice-Chancellor really thinks highly of me, letting me break through to Grandmaster first. Haha, if I could break through, I would have done it a long time ago. Vice-Chancellor is afraid that I'll die in the catacombs? Old man, you're already dead, yet you're still concerned about whether others will die or not. You worry too much." Old Man Lee shook his head and laughed. "Sit down. Why are you standing? Don't tell me you're looking down on me too." "No." Fong Ping sat down. Old Man Lee suddenly downed the wine in his hand and sighed. "Did you know? In MCMEU, out of 10 instructors, 8 are the Vice-Chancellor's students." Fong Ping was a little surprised. Can the MCMEU instructors compare to the local officials? Can they compare to the governors? Can they compare to the generals in the military department? Old Man Lee laughed and shook his head. "They can't compare. MCMEU instructors, to put it bluntly, are much stronger than some of the local officials in terms of strength and ability. If you stay in MCMEU, you won't get as much as them. But why does everyone stay? Because of the Vice-Chancellor. 60 years ago, MCMEU was founded. At that time, MCMEU had nothing. Not to mention CCMU, it couldn't even compare to the other martial arts universities. At that time, the Vice-Chancellor was only from the first batch of students recruited by MCMEU. However, at that time, there was no 4-year system like it is now. He attended for a year and became MCMEU's assistant instructor. In his second year, he started working as an instructor in MCMEU. The vice-chancellor's teacher was MCMAU's first vice-chancellor. However, the first vice-chancellor died very early. He was not very strong either. At that time, he was only a rank 5. A few years after MCMAU was founded, the first vice-chancellor died in battle. At that time, there were still very few powerhouses. Not many powerhouses were willing to become the vice-chancellor of a martial arts university, especially one that had only been founded for a few years. Then, somehow, the vice-chancellor who had just achieved rank 4 was appointed as MCMAU's acting vice-chancellor in the face of danger. At that time, he was only 25 years old. A 25-year-old vice-chancellor of a martial arts university? Seriously, the other martial arts universities did not treat MCMAU as a martial arts university. The vice-chancellor was very talented. At that time, the Magic City catacombs had already appeared. His biggest dream was to nurture MCMAU into a powerful martial arts school that could compete with the catacombs. You entered the catacombs and knew how strong the catacombs were. You also knew how ridiculous the vice-chancellor's dream was. But he took it seriously. After that, he spent the next few decades fighting for this dream. He taught many students. You don't know this, but the vice-chancellor is very cunning. Every day, he would instill in you the nobility of being an instructor. A smile appeared on Old Man Lee's face. He chuckled softly and said, "I remember that time. He brainwashed us every day. Being an instructor is better than being a government official. Instructors are mentors who guide our lives. As a teacher, we are more admired than those government officials. Think about it. We were all a bunch of young people in our 20s. We were hot-blooded. How could we withstand his brainwashing every day? We despised the government officials and despised the businessmen. Our only thought was to stay in school after graduation and become an MCMAU instructor. When I graduated, I actually didn't want to be an instructor. In the end, that dirty old man went to my parents and told them how noble the instructors of martial arts universities were, how good the treatment was. Then he beat me up. He said that if I dared to leave, he would break my legs. In the end, I was half forced and half tricked by him. Then I stayed in MCMAU to be an instructor. This was the first time Fong Ping knew that Old Man Lee was actually the vice-chancellor's student. At this moment, Fong Ping did not interrupt. Old Man Lee was also speaking incoherently. He was lost in his memories. He smiled and said, "All these years, he used all kinds of means to retain a large number of students to be MCMAU's instructors. That's why MCMAU is prosperous today and has the status of one of the big two. Unfortunately, it's still very far away from his dream of a school going against a catacomb. He himself was also seriously injured because he went to battle many times. His indestructible body was almost obliterated. Not only his physical injuries, but also his psychological ones. After 60 years of ups and downs, most of the students he taught died in battle in the catacombs. Don't be fooled by his silence. Before this, he was prepared to wait for Nanjiang's catacombs to open. He and some seniors went to Nanjiang to fight to the death. I thought we could still wait for a while more. But the situation in Magic City's catacombs worsened. The old guy could not wait any longer. He went in hurriedly to die. Old Man Lee drank another glass of wine. He shook his head and said with a mixture of joy and sorrow, "He's finally dead. Actually, I knew this day would come. I just didn't expect it to come so soon. His death is really satisfying." But he didn't think about it. If he died, what would happen to his dream? One school to destroy a catacomb. Haha, he can't even destroy a city. The old guy is good at bragging. He bragged from 60 years ago until now. In the end, he only managed to kill a rank bait. How embarrassing. We're also embarrassing. We couldn't help him fulfill his wish. Old Man Lee laughed, tears streaming down his face. 40 years. He had stayed in MCMAU for 40 years. He had been with that old pervert for 40 years. He really could not bear to let him go. I thought I would die first. Anyway, you've had enough students die. You should be used to it. But you died earlier than me. I only have one master. I'm a master, not an instructor." Fong Ping did not speak. He poured a glass of wine for Old Man Lee. Old Man Lee drained it in one gulp. His expression gradually returned to normal. He chuckled. So be it. I'm already so old. It's time to get over it. It's embarrassing to talk so much to you, kid. I can't believe I even pissed on you. Don't tell anyone else. Otherwise, I'll slap you to death. Yes. Tell me, what's the situation in the catacombs? When we came out, we had already defeated the 2 cities' encirclement. We killed and injured a large number of catacombs martial artists and ordinary troops. Fong Ping briefly explained the situation. Old Man Li nodded slightly. The situation isn't too bad. We should be able to stop them. It's only 2 cities. Sino Nation has the strength to suppress them. Unlike Tianan, Sino Nation has never built a military stronghold similar to Hope City. The passageway is also too close to the other city. That's why it was breached. If Magic City wants to breach Hope City, it'll only stand a chance if more than 5 cities join forces. However, there will be a lot of casualties too. This time, we've killed Sky Gate City's 2 commanders-in-chief and 5 high-ranked generals. Sky Gate City is no longer a concern. As for East Sunflower City, they've only dispatched 4 high-ranked people. Unless they turn out in full force, the upcoming battles will mainly focus on the middle and low-ranked ones. As he said that, Old Man Li suddenly said, "Kid, your generation is even more troublesome." Fong Ping looked doubtful. Old Man Li shook his head lightly. Our generation is mainly fighting against Sky Gate City. Now that Sky Gate City has lost more than half of their high-ranked people, the 2 cities will likely merge or form a united front. In other words, the next time you enter the catacombs, you won't be facing the Sky Gate City martial artists that you're familiar with, but East Sunflower City. The battlefield is no longer within a 100-mile radius of Hope City. Instead, it has spread to a 500-mile radius. This means that the danger is higher. As for you guys, you might be the main force fighting against them in the future. That's why the pressure will be greater than ours. Fong Ping said in a low voice, "Sooner or later, the catacombs will be destroyed. It's the same whether it's sooner or later. I also hope that the catacombs threat will be solved in our generation. I don't want our descendants to continue fighting against the catacombs with no regard for their own safety." That's right. We thought so too back then. Old Man Li laughed self-deprecatingly. They all thought so, but in the end it was not what they wanted. After decades of war, not only did they not eliminate the enemy, but there were more and more of them. It was getting more and more dangerous. Could humans really defeat the other party? Right now, many people were at a loss. Old Man Li did not say anything else. He drank his wine gloomily. The older generation of martial artists were almost all dead. Rank 7, Rank 8, Rank 9. None of these people died of old age. The funny thing was, until now, Old Man Li and the rest did not know how old these powerhouses could live. Immortality was originally the ultimate pursuit of ancient martial artists. However, in the modern era, this had never happened. Most of the Rank 9 powerhouses were injured because of the years of fighting. Once they felt that they were not in their best condition, they would go deep into the catacombs and never return. What kind of scene was it in the depths of the catacombs? For a peak Rank 6 like him, he had no hope of becoming a grandmaster. He would not just sit around and wait for death. Peak Rank 6 martial artists either broke through or died in battle. There were no cases of them dying of old age or illness. Chapter 258. After drinking for a while, Old Man Li suddenly said, "Peak Rank 3 now?" Fong Ping shook his head, but he quickly said, "Just a little bit more. My physique and vitality have caught up, and Manic Explosion can also slash 5 times in a row. Right now, I just feel like I'm missing that little bit. It's not perfect." Old Man Li pondered for a moment, then said, "Go to the combat technique room and cultivate Vajra Punch. Once your fist force is all over your body, you'll be at peak Rank 3. As he said that, Old Man Li continued, "Don't be too hasty if you want to break through to Rank 4 at peak Rank 3. Hone your skills first. Also, Take advantage of the summer holidays to find martial artists to spar with. Fong Ping was slightly stunned. Why? Whether a martial artist is breaking through from a lower rank to a middle rank, or from a middle rank to a high rank, they all require the unity of essence, spirit, and soul to forge an invincible momentum. I'm referring to the experts among them. Your teacher calls herself Wu Wudi because of this. She wants to break through her shackles and become a grandmaster. But she was still a little bit lacking. She didn't create an invincible momentum among those at the peak of level 6. If one wanted to be invincible among peak rank 3 martial artists and become a powerhouse among rank 4 martial artists, then go ahead and challenge them. I know that you've killed a rank 4 martial artist in the catacombs. As for a rank 5, I've heard someone mention it once. Kid, you don't have that kind of ability. But rank 4 in the catacombs. Old Man Lee thought for a moment and said, the catacombs rank 4 martial artists are actually not weak. However, don't compare the catacombs rank 4 martial artists with human rank 4 martial artists. Why? Because we are under pressure. It was that simple. Old Man Lee sighed and said, our middle rank martial artists all fought their way out of the catacombs. Very few, or I should say, almost none of the rank 4 martial artists advanced steadily. The catacombs rank 4 martial artists were different. Some of their rank 4 martial artists were only successful because they had enough energy stones. Therefore, who among the truly middle-rank powerhouses did not have a few catacombs same rank lives on their hands? The martial artists in the catacombs outnumber us by a lot. The reason we can defend ourselves is partly because they did not join forces, and partly because our martial artists are stronger than theirs. Haven't you noticed this? There were many kinds of human martial artists. There were those who had never entered the catacombs, those who had entered the catacombs, those who had killed people of the same rank in the catacombs, those who had killed enemies of a higher rank. If you want to break through, then become the strongest among them. Don't pursue it before rank 3. If you want to break through rank 4 from rank 3, you still have to forge an invincible belief in yourself. Fong Ping thought about Wang Jinyang. Wang Jinyang challenged the northern lands because of this? Old Man Lee shook his head. Yes and no. There were many reasons why he went to the north to challenge. It had something to do with the martial arts championship at that time, and it also had something to do with his desire to wield power in NMAU. Therefore, the opponents he challenged, how to put it, were rank 3 powerhouses, but they were all weaker than him. His invincible aura had yet to reach its peak because his challenge was impure. If you want to challenge, don't avoid strong opponents. There are still powerhouses among peak rank 3. The rank 3 ranking list has not been updated yet. However, it should be updated tomorrow. Even if you've killed many rank 4 martial artists in the catacombs, or even rumored to have rank 5 martial artists, the ranking list may not put you first. You can challenge those who are in the top 10. Don't pick the weak ones. Also, establish MCMU's prestige. Old Man Lee's gaze sharpened suddenly. The Vice-Chancellor died in battle. MCMU's days will be difficult, especially now that Vice-Chancellor Wu and Dean Huang are not in school. Old Lu has also gone to Nanjiang. MCMAU has no grandmasters. Although everyone is fighting against the catacombs, ask yourselves honestly, is there really no one who has selfish motives? If you have 10 million, would you give it to your family or to an outsider? Even if that outsider wants to go to the catacombs to fight to the death with the enemy, it's not right or wrong. The 7 high grandmasters died in battle. What we grieve the most is the Vice-Chancellor's death. The other grandmasters' relatives, friends, and disciples think of the other grandmasters who died in battle. However, did these 7 grandmasters not die for humanity? Do you understand what I'm saying? Fong Ping nodded. The difference between everyone and a small family is that I can fight for humanity, but I also have to take care of my family. This is my nature. If it were me, I would do the same. Between the life and death of my family and an outsider, of course, I would choose to let my family live. You're not stupid after all. Old Man Lee laughed. Therefore, there must be outsiders who are plotting against MCMAU now, including some snatching of students, the distribution of resources. Of course, everyone won't do anything in the open. The Vice-Chancellor has just died in battle. Unless they don't care about their dignity anymore, However, a large number of MCMEU instructors have died in battle, students have died in battle, and the seniors have graduated. Now our strength is at its lowest point. Even among all the students in MCMAU, your strength is among the best. You can establish MCMU's prestige and display the strength of the students. This is a good thing for MCMAU. Fong Ping frowned slightly. Kill them? Old Manly glared at him and said exasperatedly, "Who asked you to kill them? Peak rank 3 elites are the hope of humanity. What I mean is make a big commotion. Don't spar in secret. For example, learn from your friend Wang Jinyang and block the door and make a scene. It's normal to get hurt. As long as you're not dead, it's not a big problem." Fong Ping thought for a while and said, "I don't think anyone at peak rank 3 is a match for me." Old Manly looked at him without saying a word. "It's true, instructor. My bone marrow is like mercury now. Haven't you noticed?" Old Manly still did not say a word. He continued to look at him. "Instructor, why are you looking at me like that? This time, if you really want to challenge them, don't use your vitality advantage to defeat the enemy." Fong Ping said in distress, What's this for? Idiot, your vitality is unlimited. You'll only think that you win by relying on your vitality advantage. Have you really considered that you can defeat your opponents of the same rank and rank? You don't even have confidence in yourself. What invincible momentum. Bullsh *T. When you become a grandmaster, as long as you have enough energy, everyone will have unlimited vitality. It won't even be about vitality anymore, but about the control of energy. Do you really think you can defeat your opponents of the same rank? Fong Ping blinked. That seemed to be the case. When I become a grandmaster, vitality is no longer the deciding factor. What should I do then? So, you have to try from now on. Don't rely too much on your vitality advantage to defeat your opponents. But you don't have confidence. Old Man Li reprimanded. A powerful rank 9 grandmaster, like Commander Li, can fight 1 against 3 and even kill the opponent's rank 9 in a 1 versus 3 situation. A rank 8 powerhouse can fight a rank 9. Don't tell me you want to become a rank 9 martial artist who is defeated by a rank 8? Kid, look at the long term. Relying on your vitality advantage won't do you any good. Fong Ping exhaled. What the old man said made so much sense. He could not refute it. Although it was not necessary to become an invincible powerhouse among the same rank, it was not to the extent of being defeated by others, right? If one day he became a rank 8 and was defeated by a rank 7, or if a rank 9 was not as good as a rank 8, then even if he became a rank 9, it would be embarrassing enough. Then try not to use it, but it doesn't mean that you can't use it. For example, when you fought Gu Xiong in NMAU, you defeated him, then recovered your vitality. This is your advantage, do you understand? You know about this too? Nonsense. Is there anything in MCMAU that I don't know? Old Man Li's emotions recovered a lot, and he smiled slightly. Fong Ping thought for a moment, muttering, "If that's the case, I can't crush them, and I can't use big moves without restraint either. Yes, you have to learn to control your strength, polish your combat techniques, and defeat your opponent with the least amount of effort." Got it? Fong Ping exhaled. In the end, he was still a little surprised and asked, "Aren't you curious that my bone marrow is like mercury?" Old Man Li's posture was that of a god, and he said lightly, "What's there to be curious about? The world is big, and anything is possible. Do you think I should be shocked just because your bone marrow is like mercury? I've even seen martial artists who were born with 90% honed skulls. Do I need to be shocked? I've also seen young martial artists whose mentality is stronger than yours. Do I need to be surprised?" Fong Ping was stunned. "I think I could do it too." Old Man Li's expression was a little tense. "If you *King strengthen your mentality and skull again, I'll really dismantle your bones for research." Fong Ping did not care about this. He mumbled, "Learning Vajra Punch, combining my fist force and stepping into peak rank 3. Then I'll challenge martial artists of the same rank and forge an invincible momentum." So, this is my next mission? Yes. Then, once I've achieved rank 4, will I be stronger than Wang Jinyang? As long as you rely on yourself and defeat those powerhouses with the same vitality, you'll be stronger than him. Although he's strong, he's not invincible among the same rank. Old Manly said with certainty. He added, with your vitality advantage, both of you will be of the same rank and rank. He won't be your opponent. Fong Ping's eyes lit up. If that was the case, perhaps he could beat Old Wang up after a while and collect his debts? His mind was running wild. Then, Fong Ping remembered something and asked in a strange tone, Instructor, what does Nyagukali mean? Old Manly thought hard. After a while, he finally remembered. He said uncertainly, It means to kill me, right? What do you mean by that question? Fong Ping's expression changed. I knew something was wrong. Old Manly said nonchalantly, Who cares what it means? As long as it's useful. All right, you should go. This old man has something to do later. You still have something to do? Nonsense. There's no grandmaster in the university. More than half of the instructors have left. If I'm not busy, why would you? I'm fine with it. Get lost. Old Manly scolded him with a smile. He felt better after talking to this kid. The dirty old man had left, but the younger generation had performed very well. MCMAU had a successor, so he was not afraid that MCMAU, which the dirty old man valued the most, would decline. Seeing that he was really busy, Fong Ping could only leave. However, he was thinking, what did Old Manly teach me to say? He made a trip to the combat technique library and borrowed the cultivation materials for the Vajra fist. After reading for a while, Fong Ping's eyes lit up. He had always wanted to find a combat technique that allowed him to unleash a powerful burst of power. Vajra Punch was one such combat technique. Too bad it's not a saber technique. But if you master one technique, you'll be able to master all techniques. Fists and sabers are only different in form. Back then, my mentality was attached to the saber, and I could wield the saber like my arm. Fist and saber techniques are interchangeable. Combat techniques were created by people. People like Zhang Dingnan were creating combat techniques when they were in the middle ranks. Fong Ping was lacking in many things, so naturally, he could not create one. However, if he could fuse a known fist technique with a saber technique, there was still hope for him to apply the fist technique to the saber. I've seen too little and experienced too little. Otherwise, I might not even need to learn Vajra Punch to achieve unity in my fists. After reading the materials for a while, Fong Ping looked at his wealth and vitality, frowning slightly. Wealth, 25. 5 million vitality. 954 calories, 1,219 calories plus. Mentality, 520 hertz, 549 hertz plus. Bones honed. 126 bones, 100%, 51 bones, 90% plus, 29 bones, 30% plus. I only have about 20 million wealth left before the defense battle. He still had 50 million wealth. After the defense battle, he had used up a lot of wealth. This time, he did not bring back any spoils from the catacombs. All the energy stones and other things were used to replace his equipment. B-class Guandao and leather armor made from the skin of a middle-stage rank 5 creature were the two things that were used up the most. As for his cash, he had used all of it before he went to the catacombs. The remaining 2 million was still in his card at home, with Fong Yuan. Right, my phone was taken away by the military department. It's been in a shielded area. It's time to call home. This time, Fong Ping had stayed in the catacombs for 9 days. When he came back, he slept for the whole day. It was already the 30th. Looking at the time, he was engrossed in Vajra Punch. It was already late at night. I'll call again tomorrow. Fong Ping continued to have a headache as he said that. Cultivating combat techniques required wealth, and honing the bone marrow of the torso required wealth. He wanted to try honing his skull, but that would also require wealth. Where could he get wealth, though? The torso bone still needs 51 million wealth. This is a must. The wealth I have now is enough to cultivate combat techniques. Achieving peak rank 3 won't be a problem. At the end of the day, I still need to earn at least 50 million. Fong Ping sighed. His days were not going to be easy. As for the military department, he had killed many martial artists while defending the city. He had spoils, but he had to wait until the military department's war was over. At this stage, the catacombs only allowed entry, not exit. It's summer break now, right? Do you want to go home? Fong Ping was a little absent-minded. He had almost forgotten about the summer break. No wonder Qin Fengqing told martial artists not to think about holidays when he first saw him. Also about the MCMU platform, Fong Ping mumbled. A few students had died in battle this time. The reimbursement rate given by the school should be enough, but the platform had only been operating for a short time. This is difficult. Sighs kept coming. Fong Ping wanted to go back to the catacombs now. There was no need to think so much. If he ran out of money, he could just go out and kill a few catacombs martial artists. The instructors and the others are still in the catacombs. I don't know when they'll come back. The instructors and students' corpses haven't been transported back either. So many people died in battle this time. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.